Creation, a world on the brink. In the age of sorrows, dangers abound, and cataclysms loom on the horizon. But it is not without heroes. The Exalted, those chosen and empowered by the mightiest of the gods, are all around the world. They have, and can, pull it back from the precipice of oblivion. That is when they aren't too busy fighting each other. Now, chose as Aura.
Alright. And that's how you do it.
Korak as Lythander.
I don't know, man. I think how I did was better.
Alatus as Gavel.
Let's see how many of these tiles shift around by the end of the in-game day.
Gimerex as everyone else. The aristocrats must band together to save the dreaming sea, and perhaps reality itself, from the greatest threat creation has ever known, the Misery Machine. All this and more on FateBreakers.
Hello, everybody! Hello there, everybody! And welcome back to FateBreakers, where Korak92 is now going to tell you what happened last time, before Rex can actually say anything.
Wing ready and do the recap right
it.
for us, so no! What is he gonna do?
Last time, we went to hell. Sorry, well, essentially
Malfeas.
hell.
No, it actually is
and we
hell.
built Malfeas. Yeah, we went to Malfeas. It is hell.
Hey, you know what? What's also hell? Having a hernia.
Janus. Oh, do you actually have a herniated disc?
Not a disc. It's more down south, so to speak. I had a similar issue 5 years ago. That was the most painful surgery recovery I've ever had. And now I have to do it again.
Say,
That's what hell is.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, did you meet somebody who just bounced on that schlong too
my
hard?
goodness.
Oh, actually, I shitted too hard.
Oh.
Much like floppy feet.
Oh no! Oh no!
Rest
I
in
can't
peace.
believe you shot it in cam.
An honorable death.
So how do you like them apples, Rex? We got to Malfeas through a ritual, and I think we had to bargain our way, kind of. I think that was the session before that, where Lythander got brainwashed a bit. Now I want to give rights to Hellfolk, which is very funny, because that I would have done that anyway, because, Lunar.
Yeah.
My bottle, I think, was stolen by Spider.
He
Fuck.
quote unquote gave it back.
You're right. He did. Thank you.
Yeah, we built this fucking nightmare via collaborative world building.
Yes.
Yes.
Editor, put that on the screen.
Yep, and also, Malfeas
There it
is...
is.
I'd like to think that Malfeas typo is in universe somehow. For the record, spelled like as so, but I'd like to think some demons also suffer from dyslexia.
Mm.
Don't worry.
Yeah, Malfeas.
Not to be
We have Daggins, :
dragons, : Dragon.
Oh no, something moved!
Oh no.
Oh my god.
Oh no, one of the Malfeas quakes, it's happening!
Alright, we have the candy shop and the candy-shaped holy relics. We have the Helphinage.
You have the food weapons.
We have old Malfeas housing.
And we have
We
Gavel's
have
house,
the,
where we open our episode.
Yes. Indeed.
Wait, what happened to the Oasis? Oh, there's the Oasis.
Yeah, Stark's
There's
Pond.
Stark's Pond. Yeah.
I'm assuming it's been at least a day since getting to Malfeas and adjusting from the Ceciline jet lag, so to speak.
Pretty much.
Okay.
I had to nurse
How much did I
Lythander.
have to drink?
Sorry, I had to nurse you. I had to nurse you back to health. That political radicalization beam at the entrance did a number on you.
Oh shit! Did I become a narc?
Worse, you became a turf.
Oh no!
No, don't worry.
Wait.
Turfs were one of the
Wait, no. If I
turfs were one of the concepts that was killed to create one of the Neverborn. That's why no turfs exist in Exalted.
Huh. Well then.
Wow.
wait a second. If that's the case, then, Aura,
Wah.
why are you still the way you are? I would have. If I was, I would have turned.
I'm
back
gonna
like a
tap my
jackwagon.
X card.
Because I have 5 integrity.
You know, that's fair.
All right.
Well, yes.
I'm invulnerable to
so, like, where we-
to becoming politically radicalized.
Wait, where are we at, actually? It smells burny,
Yeah.
like a sand.
We're in Malfeas.
What genre of music
Yeah.
would you find most annoying?
Country.
Well, that's what's playing all around you, unfortunately. You've stepped into the country district of Malfeas.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, shoot, I love this song. Gotta get that tractor and shove it up my ass. I ain't gay, but $20 is a police
It's like
colada.
It's like a mixture of country and Drake.
Oh,
What's going on here?
Kendrick Lamar is one of the ancient solars who insulted a man to death.
We gotta get that lube.
What?
There's a knock on Gavel's front door.
Oh,
And there he is.
Gavel's gonna go to the front door and open up the door.
Gonna repost the picture of this individual that showed up, and it's this
I'm here to get your car's
gray-skinned,
extended warranty.
a gray-skinned, six armed individual stands
Oh.
at the door, holding in two hands what appears to be a cactus.
What? Who the?
I am Rimvaldis.
Hey,
I am told that one of the Green Sun Princes was moving in, and I thought it best to offer a housewarming present.
Oh, thank you.
Lythander just appears behind Gavel's shoulder. Hello.
They seem to pay
My
you no
name's
mind, and
Lythander.
they are entirely fixated on Gavel.
That's a nice cacti.
I will attempt to read intentions.
This
Go
is
ahead.
a great gift, Gavel. You
Doesn't
should
hurt.
appreciate it.
I'm not going to appreciate a cactus. You
Why
do.
not?
you do-
What do you
They're
want to
just
know
like
about
you.
Rimvaldis? You beat their resolve.
Wow.
Oh.
They only had the
do
resolve.
I know
They
about
only
Rim-
had the resolve of 3. So
What do you want to?
yeah,
What do you want to know about Rimvaldis? That is what the question was.
yeah.
Like, do you want to know why he's here?
They.
What's their
How-
deal?
this-
What's their deal?
Sorry.
What is the?
You quickly realize, based on some of the dirt on their clothes and from that fucked up pond you passed on the way here, Stark's pond was their fault.
Oh.
And and I think you might know from some of this is your at least second time in Malfeas, given your discussions about the Golden Hawk restaurant. Rimvaldis would be familiar to you. They are a second circle demon gardener. They are among the
right,
4.
you've posted.
Yeah, they're
Oh yeah, you've posted his picture before.
yeah their picture, but
Also,
Their
wait a second. I
pictures,
just realized something. Laura,
Eh?
why did you put a
Right.
restaurant in a place where nobody eats?
What do you mean nobody eats?
there is a
Right.
there is a second class human population.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. Never mind then. Ignore
Did
me.
he?
I thought that was not the case.
Not all demons had to eat, but now, well, now there has been a plague of needs. You got sick on the demon subway, and now you have to eat hamburgers every so often, or you'll die. How
Oh.
tragic!
Hamburger.
Anyway,
everybody-
Rimvaldis, this is in part a genuine housewarming present. That's not all this is. As they are holding the cactus, their second pairs of hands are constantly tweezing at it, rubbing fertilizer on it, sprinkling it with water. This is, in addition to being a housewarming present, it's another experiment because they are one of Hell's most foremost alchemists and gardeners. They are always tweaking shit they're working on.
Question: can I make a sagacity check to figure out what is the tweak on it?
Yeah, sure, go
basically?
ahead.
Alright, thank you. I was going to say, remember, I'm a bit botanical. If you want me to use a different one, I will.
No, that
use
makes
different.
perfect sense for
Just-
you. You'll have another
Okay.
success too if you would want to learn one of their intimacies or another question as to what they're doing here. But the basic thing is, yes, this is actually a housewarming present. It's also a way to continue their experiments by seeing what happens when they put a cactus inside a house.
That is less
I
than,
did
not
that
greater than.
incorrectly. So
1,
that is
2,
1,
3,
2,
4
3,
successes.
Do I
This sure as
learn
shit is not a
anything about
mundane
the
cactus! That's not 12 successes, but that is 4 successes, which is enough to get the basics.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Can I add a stunt for the knowledge of my mushroom people?
Yes.
Okay.
Because grow and shit is kind of your niche as a necromancer.
Yeah. Making life.
Yep.
Making bacon.
Mm-hmm. Life from death. Ooh!
7 successes.
Alright, so that gets you more than just the basics into some of the real secret shit they're working on. And some of this information becomes apparent to both of you as you are studying this person. They are a...
Is that an eyeball?
Why, yes, it is.
So, is this supposed to spy on us?
No, it spies for her.
Your new neighbor? Oh. So it's almost like it's almost like my children.
You see, if you pluck out one of the needles and plant it somewhere, and then drink some of the cactus's water inside, then you see what the eye sees.
Oh, that's very neat. I pull out a sketch of my children. These are my children.
I'm going to roll a single d10 to decide what Rimvaldis thinks of your children. High is good, low is bad.
Alright.
See it? Oh my goodness.
Oh.
He loves them.
They love the children. They love the little mushroom.
In a whirlwind of motion, the cactus is deposited slowly in Gavel's hands, and Rimvaldis is now uncomfortably close to Lythander right now. The personal space is absolutely being violated.
Him. I sniff him.
Yeah, you sniff.
I sniff his hair.
His
lack of hair. I sniff their hair.
Yeah, there ain't much hair there.
Oh,
there are seeds constantly falling out of them.
Oh, my.
You created these, you say?
Well, yes, I did. I offered him a mushroom pastry. And these.
How does he react to the mushroom pastries? That's a separate roll.
8.
Well, these are interesting in their own right, but no, go on more about the animate ones.
No, taste them. No, taste this.
Taste it?
Yes.
Well, they are quite good, but they're not... But these ones don't talk. I'm more interested in the ones that talk.
Oh, no, they do. They actually... You see, they actually do talk to your brain. Because this is just a mushroom, but it's throwing chemical reactions to make you seem like you're eating a red bean cake. Look at it now. What does it look like? Does it still look like a mushroom? Or does it look like a red bean cake?
Rolling their primary dice pool of botanical experiments. Alright, that's 7 successes.
Alright.
As they hold the mushroom, they hold up a fifth hand in the universal hold on a second gesture. They pull out a spyglass with their sixth hand and begin slowly examining the mushroom. It's a good start, I'll give you that. But I could see several rooms where, what if you could substitute different flavors via soil that it's grown in?
Oh, I do.
Go on.
This is just the bestseller.
Yes, that much I understand. But moreover than that,
I can make it taste like pineapple upside down cake. I could do dragon's meat.
Delicacy.
It's very tough and scary.
You should upcharge for that. That's quite the delicacy.
Oh no, I do.
What did you say? I know this one is Gavel, the hammer of the Yozi, which little pretentious, but from your deeds you've earned that, so I will respect it as such.
Lythander goes and does a performative bow and says, "I am Lythander of the Seething Moons."
Huh, fancy that. You're the second Lunar I've met today.
Hey, who's the first, my good friend?
He starts vomiting up... they start vomiting up slugs.
Oh, come on.
Lythander sees that and knows who it is immediately.
That fucking Chekhov!
So the man who fucked my daughter... No, sorry, my daughter fucked him. There's a difference, actually. I'm disappointed in her, but...
Somebody fuck somebody.
Hold up. They reach their own...
would you like me to punch that out of
Content warning. body horror.
Oh, here we go.
Ugh.
They,
Protect the
reaching
children.
into their robes, they pull out what appears to be a gardening scythe, plunge it into their own chest, and it opens like the stomach mouth in the fucking thing.
Huh.
Ugh.
They spend an additional 2 emotes to curse-shattering strike themselves.
Oh shit. He's good.
They're good. But they're not good
Never
enough,
mind, he failed.
actually.
Excuse me, my good sir. Let me help you here. I'm going to punch him with a curse shattering strike.
Okay.
So I'll use an excellency for the sagacity punch.
Alright.
That is going to be
11?
11. Yeah, 11 successes.
Mid-punch, you notice they were sprinkling seeds inside of their own digestive tract. No, wait, I'm still working here! Too late, the fist is already gone, and you punched the corrupted words.
Here comes the giant fist!
However,
Is it a seedy slug?
yes, and more importantly, it is growing a tiny forest on its back now.
Oh shoot, that's actually adorable.
It's going to experiment with microbiomes, but, well, I can at least see it take feet from a distance. And wait a minute. I was only going to talk about how I met the backwards-handed woman. I'm not sure why she saw fit to cast that spell on me. Little miffed.
Wait, what? Who?
It was some woman whose hands went the wrong way.
It's been a while. Is that the person who was supposed to be babies?
Yep, that's Roxy. That's her tell.
Okay.
Ah.
Oh, that's... Why would Roxy do that?
You know, I forget.
I throw up a slug.
You know, I forgot that multiple people are capable of doing the stupid slug thing.
It is, in fact, a terrestrial circle sorcery spell. Theoretically, anyone in creation can do the slug thing, provided they got the right schooling.
That's
Remember when a ghost threw up a slug? That was funny.
So about the walking mushrooms of yours, what exactly was your design ethos working in there? I see the spark of intelligence in their eyes. That means you were using some other entity as a source, yes?
No.
Archive my mentality. You pumped them full of Malik's stolen memories.
Did
Yep.
I? Oh, yes, I did.
Are you
I used it from a once enemy turned spiritual companion.
Yes, I know how you stick around after you've stopped moving, which does happen to an extent in the natural design, but not to... They're not supposed to stick around that long. You should really get that looked at in your cosmology.
I know, we probably should.
Moreover, I was curious to see if he had also received these invitations. They flash an invitation to Mnemon Rulensai's gala, which is happening tomorrow.
No, we did not.
Well, you didn't, but Gavel did.
Is Gavel allowed to bring a plus 5,000?
She's allowed to bring a plus circle going by this.
Okay, I mean, we are in the same circle. Or we were.
That would also include Nue, but the question is, do you count Spider as part of your circle?
What is that?
Where's Spider at?
Spider's gonna make a close combat attack on Rimvaldus.
Immediately? Wow.
I would like to stop him.
Alright, go
by throwing my body in front.
Your choice of an athletics or physique plus fortitude.
Okay, you said athletics or physique plus fortitude. I will take the athletics. I will most likely fail this because I need to roll 2 10s and successes. No.
Anyone else want to try and stop Spire?
Actually, wait. Can I make an awareness check instead and move in front?
Yeah, sure. I'll allow that instead.
All right.
Didn't we have a deal?
No, that's worse.
Oh my goodness.
The deal... Oh, right. You did have a deal.
Behave yourself.
The fist stops an inch from Revolvus's face. They immediately start screaming and curl into a ball.
And that's
Spider!
why I'm here. And that's
What?
why
I remembered at the last second. Come on, no punch landed, no foul, right?
Yes,
You are
but
correct.
Yes, there is a...
Reminder, Duskcast Anima Power can instill fear into things that are immune to fear.
Wow.
Good stuff.
Keep your dog under control!
We did.
No,
Okay,
we
Spider, let's...
did not really.
Okay, Spider. I think I saw a cool park.
Apologize
I think I
about
saw
that.
a cool park on the other way. Let's go have a walk.
Also, just to let you know,
Let's go for a walk.
those mushrooms actually went on their own voyage.
Give me a second. I feel my heart's ready to explode. Hang on a second. Contemplating body horror again. He removes a heart and replaces it. They remove one of their own fucking hearts and replace it with an apple. Okay, there, I should be good.
Huh.
An apple a day keeps the doctors
I
away.
always thought it was an apple a day keeps the Reaper at bay. Huh.
Mm.
It's a translation issue. It can be either.
Everybody's got a way
After
to
taking
say
a few moments to calm their breath, Revolvus stands back up, glaring at Spider as Aura leads him off. What's wrong with him? He doesn't have one of those, points at the heart. Why is he still moving?
Oh, you see, I will tell... So, it's kind of a secret that... I'll tell you my lunar little secret, but you have to keep it. My tiny little lunar secret is...
One Morphea will be just another reject. Just another reject.
So...
Who has to know?
So, question, are you willing to, hold on to a thing about his master? Well, his true master?
Isn't she the one leading him around?
No. No, she is not.
Well, go on.
Well, what was her name again? She was the Death Lord.
Final Glimmer of Fallen Star.
Yep. Thank you. I'm so sorry. I need to write this stuff down, but it's too late in the campaign for my brain to actually start to think, oh, hey, I should start writing notes on things that are important because I have archived mind mentality.
Yeah.
And I have Alatos, who is very good at writing things down.
I try to.
Yeah, pretty damn good work.
And I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
So, Final Glimmer of Fallen Stars is his true master.
Nods in a very, I understand what you're saying, but I don't know what that means, way.
So she is a 1st century Death Lord who wants the complete destruction of everything.
You remember what I said about needing to get your cosmology checked out? That seems like...
Yes, I know. And here's the thing, we are trying to keep him at bay and try to give it to break essentially the brainwashing, which is kind of surprisingly working because we kind of instilled friendship with him.
He seems like the kind of person to try and murder anyone on sight. I don't know if that's going to stick.
It's stuck for about 7 months so far.
Is that about the time he's been in this campaign? I think it is.
I think it is.
We've dealt with this murderous mad lad for almost half a year in universe.
With the murder hobo.
And in real life,
yeah.
If not longer.
for
Yeah.
almost half a year in universe.
Yeah, a little over half a year.
Goodness sakes.
So, I mean, he hasn't killed us yet. I mean, he could have when he first exalted, but I kind of talked him into being our friend. I'm very persuasive, you see. And lucky. Mostly lucky.
Yes, I could tell. Speaking of which, that luck may run out if you encounter. Keep your eyes on the light. The shadows, well, the Abel Dragon is a right asshole, but it's not him or his demons that are the big issue right now. For some reason, there's something in the dark places of Malfeas that is sting things. I went to collect some mold that I was cultivating just last week, and all of a sudden, the own darkness inside of myself was saying that I'm a monster who drives away everyone I care about.
I mean, I apologize that you feel that way, but you don't seem like you are.
No, that wasn't...
You seem like a very reasonable...
That wasn't me saying that. That was the darkness. And I know it should not have done... And I'm far from the only person on anyone of my progenitor or their kindred's soul selves who have experienced that. It's all over. He is referring to the Ouroboros, if that weren't clear.
Okay. It wasn't.
Yeah,
but...
you are exalted, if I understand, so the lights of your soul, burning bright with power, should be able to keep it at bay. Should. Regardless, I have an appointment window I must keep. Mr. Atep was seeking my aid in growing some treasures he procured from Yushan.
Oh, Yushan, I remember Yushan. That was a fun time. We were never in Yushan, were we?
Not in this lifetime yet. They bow respectively. That's heaven, by the way, in Exalted.
Oh, yeah, no, we were there.
Only in the direct outskirts. Only in the direct outskirts of it. Like an artificial island.
Yeah, we fought Octavian there.
Yeah. Anyway, they bow and saunter off, still a bit harried and glancing over towards Spider. And where they step, those sword plants end up growing underneath their footsteps too.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm actually very curious. Is Octavian down here? And would he have an audience with us?
Octavian is still reforming after his corporeal form was destroyed. It will take at least another half a year.
So how long do we have before the end of the world?
Because I believe Gavel destroyed him with the thing that makes him reform slower.
And more fucked up with only 1 HP.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're powerful.
So where's about do you take Spider for that walk?
Where are you going, Lythander?
I take him to Stark's. I take it to Stark's Pond.
All right, Rimvalda sees that you are headed that way and immediately starts very quickly crossing the street away from you.
That's good. I don't know why. I don't remember why.
That's fair. As you cross these...
I'm also making sure to finally write up the long overdue page of notes for the podcast. I'm just writing everything I remember.
If you want, I can copy some.
Yeah, we can cross reference that at the end.
Yeah. Do you pass by the Golden Hawk on the way?
I do.
All right. A lot of fucking Adrian's pamphlets are pinned to the Golden Hawk's doors for some reason.
Don't like that.
This is your first time seeing the 1,000 Centipedes Meals dining establishment in person.
Huh. Wonder what led to the development.
What does Aura want most?
$20.
That's a big question. I mean, what does Aura want most? Well,
$20.
I guess if I had to put it down to a single thing, I guess it would be universal prosperity.
So universal health.
A little bit outside.
And to hunger.
Those things I think could qualify as pinned in the door. You see a number of pitas and curry plates and all sorts of food from all across creation for sale in the Thousand Centipedes meals, such as it were named. And your eyes immediately catch across the prohibitively expensive Resource NA rated Infinity Sandwich. Or, sorry, Infinity Bow. Sorry, this would be Infinity Bow with the Eastern setting.
So what you're telling me is that if Lythander brought his flask here, the world would never go hungry.
There's still an issue of how much food can get out of the flask in time. It's limited by how narrow the neck of the flask is. In any case, let me double check how the infernal charm exactly works.
All right, and then after you do, I'll probably write you down what Aura probably wants most.
Spend 3 wish granting wickedness. Spend 3 motes to grant a character's fondest wish for wealth, power, or prestige. They gain the benefits of an appropriate merit, with circumstances arranging themselves to grant and maintain the merit. At the end of the story, the merit disappears just as inexplicably. A character must accept a hard bargain to refuse having a wish granted. If the character accepts they are in the Infernal's debt, the next time she makes a persuade roll, he can't refuse by taking a hard bargain. And this isn't something you could really... I guess you could Righteous Lion defense your way out of this to avoid having to take the hard bargain.
Wait, so hold on. What's going on?
Someone is tempting you with the Infinity Bow with a... They're effectively trying to convince you to sign your name on the dotted line. And they'll help you take care of the world hunger.
Of a pamphlet?
No, of an Infinity Bow you see advertised in the door at $1 trillion, effectively.
That is absolutely not affordable to most countries. I'm going to use my scam, no scam goes without a call-out.
This isn't something you could roll against. The only thing in your kit that would deflect this without triggering the hard bargain stuff is Righteous Lion defense.
Or Spirit Maintaining
that's
Maneuver,
the one.
rather, not Righteous Lion.
You could also take a hard bargain
give it a try.
instead.
I haven't taken one of those in a while. I think I've never taken a hard bargain in my entire tenure as Aura, so I'll probably continue to try and keep that streak going and not. I'll just try to Spirit Maintain Maneuver. It's like, no! That would never work! No one can afford the whole point of universal of ending world hunger is that the food is affordable.
When you blink and realize this, that item is no longer on the menu.
This is beyond extravagant. Who is responsible for this bullshit?
Would you like to go and speak to the manager?
I would like to go and speak to your manager, sir.
All right, opposed awareness roll. Force plus awareness to find the manager. Opposed.
Motherfucker.
Wait, do you know be funny? It's a mirror of aura.
You will never escape me! I'll chase you to the ends of the fucking goddammit.
Huh, the manager is out. Only.
I haven't rolled my 4d10. Close. I got close. I got to 5, not instead of 6.
Yeah, unfortunately, only the audience sees Tepet-a-Tep pinned up against the ceiling to avoid your gaze.
Would Spider like to assist?
No.
That's
of course he would.
Lythander
Of course he would.
going in his brain. Why won't you assist your friend?
That wasn't part of the contract.
Assist with what? They just wanted to complain to a manager about something. They're an adult. She could do this on her own.
But you love complaining.
I don't love complaining, I love punching.
You can punch jerk-offs. That was in the contract.
What if I don't want to punch jerk-offs to annoy you?
This is true.
This
the manager
is
technically
your
not included in the
conscience
contract.
speaking. This is not Lythander. This is Bythander. The bystander.
Hey, there are some normal humans in that restaurant. Which you haven't really seen. You've seen a smattering of demon-blooded people, but these are like a good chunk of the employees are just made up of humans.
I killed a man in the 4th degree, and that's my little secret. Will he keep
one
it?
of the
My little secret.
seeing you incensed and glaring around at everyone. One of the like a 50-year-old dude with a deputy manager pin on his badge. Can I help you, ma'am?
Yeah. See, I was looking for. Yeah, so I'm a little new. I'm semi-new in town. I've been looking. I noticed you guys set up right in front of that restaurant beyond on the ridge. I was looking to speak to your manager about a discontinued item in your menu.
All right. He's gonna spend. A pet's gonna spend a mote on our little secret.
Ooh.
I'm gonna spend. And I'm gonna attempt to. Before I do that, I'm gonna try to perform an instill action with hypnotic touch.
Uh-oh.
9 successes.
Whoa, that's 9.
Let's see how well that goes against your instill action, maybe.
All right. I'm going to go for the hypnotic tongue technique, 2 motes, attempt to convince the target that I have or not instill, weaken action. See, I'm kind of a local business entrepreneur. I've been looking this place over. I'm saying, and it could be a fruitful business venture. I like to talk quick. It's something part of my personal philosophy is always to try stuff out wherever I go. I have a couple things in mind over here, but I really, really would like to pull my strengths here and just figure out what to do with whoever it was that put stuff up.
Okay, add a stunt from business person to business person.
Mm-hmm. Business person to business person, and let me see let me actually check what what's it called does. I think it's the first time I've ever used hypnotic tongue technique with the weaken. It's 2 motes from the solar attempt, and this is also kind of directed at Tepedatem if I can do it. When the solar attempts to convince the target that I have their best interests at heart, I roll a special weaken action with my essence in bonus successes. Instead of spending successes for the usual effect, I may spend 4 successes to allow my next persuade action to benefit for their targeted intimacy, as though it were in accordance.
All right, go ahead and make that roll. But this actually isn't opposing you. But it's going to be fascinating if you roll high enough, because what exactly he little secreted him is not what you think, so this could go in a very interesting direction.
All right, that's going to be
his
6
resolve is
plus 4 bonus successes.
Well, you need to spend the 4 successes, I think. But you got 4 over his resolve of 2, so you could go ahead and do that.
All right, I'm actually going to let me see. So, do I at least have an inkling as to what's going on in this conversation? Like what secret might be being kept?
Yeah, actually, he does mention his boss from from quote unquote the legions, Tepet Atep, established this restaurant here in preparation for a business venture and to recoup his family fortune after losing it in the failed wild hunt against the Bull of the North. What's odd is that he doesn't seem to go into any detail. Even so, explaining some of that would really explain what the fuck this restaurant is and the weird menu items that keep showing up. He just keeps talking about profit margins and customer types and everything except the food itself.
Right, so this is a business.
Imagine being in a restaurant for food.
Okay, so this is an extremely business-minded individual. He doesn't actually interact with what is being served, so long as he's delivering something that he thinks might rake in some kind of profit for him.
That might be. Is that your read of a TEP?
Or at least that's what I'm reading off of TEP, based on the description of what he's giving me. This is a CEO. This is a long distance, hands off, like mostly hands off CEO type.
I mean, you might think that, but the audience clearly sees him inside the restaurant, curled up into the corner of the wall, just out of Aura's sight.
I'd like. Okay, instead of spending the 4 successes for the usual effect, I'm going to use the special effect of hypnotic tongue technique to spend the 4 successes and make my next persuade action benefit from my target's intimacy as though it were in accordance with
Okay, that will let you use his intimacy of minor loyalty towards Tepetitep against him.
Mm-hmm.
Man, imagine being a minor.
Now listen, I respect this kind of bold, innovative approach as much as the next guy. I mean, look around. Everybody here's your working is human. It's a pretty unique work environment. I think, speaking businesswoman to business person, I think I would personally really like to meet this boss of yours. In fact, I might be able to have some good offers to him. And some offers to him that might, I'm going to make him, give him a bit, put some, what do you call the currency in Exalted?
Normally it would be jade is what's measured in currency. It might be slightly different in Hell, but that's what humans would use primarily.
I'll put some jade in his eyes, so to speak. You picking up on what I'm putting down?
Go ahead and roll that with a stunt.
You know?
$20 is $20. You know what I'm saying?
All right. I'm going to say that's an embassy action. So with benefit, and that's benefit with that's in benefit to his thing instead of against it. All right, that's 10. Wow.
You cleared his current resolve of 0.
Goodness.
Cool.
What else do you want to... Let's pull up the social interactions roll to see what the fuck else you could pull from this guy or instill from him. Because if the goal is to convince him to meet with his boss, that succeeded.
Convince him so I can meet with his boss right away.
All right, yeah, I'm going back.
What else can I pull from him?
I'm going back into the social influence trees.
First, let's figure out what that little secret was. Or at least see if I can get an inkling that there even is a secret being kept.
He does not seem to be aware that there's a secret being kept. I'll give you that for free. Which is weird because he's not talking about the food in a restaurant. He's talking about everything but the product the whole business is for.
Right.
You could dissuade for 2. You could instill a new intimacy for 1. You could persuade him to do something else for 2, which is what you're already doing. But you could purchase it a second time to persuade him to go overdrive on it, essentially, to drop everything and get him to your boss right away. You could also set up for a future social influence, strengthen an existing intimacy, or weaken for 3 successes to eliminate his loyalty to Tepetitep. You can also read intentions too, with other successes.
Read intentions on him.
Yeah, on the middle manager.
Okay. Okay, so I definitely want him to like get on me meeting this guy right away.
Okay, so you could double purchase it then.
But and then with the rest of the points, I could try. What else did you say I could do?
You could instill for 1 intimacy to give him a new intimacy. You could dissuade to prevent him from doing something for 2 successes. Persuade him to do something else again for another 2. Strengthen an existing intimacy or weaken a existing intimacy for 3.
I'm gonna weaken his intimacy toward what's his name?
It's Atep.
Tepetetem?
Atep, yeah.
Yeah, Tepetep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I'm going to I still got some points left, so I'm gonna try to instill an intimacy of admiration towards him.
Okay. It's about at this point when he just starts.
If it doesn't work, if at least that doesn't work, maybe I can get him over to my restaurant.
He does at least give a visual description of his boss, who looks a lot like this.
Right.
Oh my goodness!
Oh.
Did you forget, Alatos?
No, I did not forget my decisions.
My God. I forgot. I
didn't forget the decisions I made when I met.
The
when
ultimate
I made
joke,
Foggy.
making the April Fool's Day serious.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wait, what happened?
Tepetep
is here.
He's not just that, but that's one of his primary visual inspirations.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe General Fugi betrayed us.
No, Fugi's fine. Fugi is actually probably... What is Fugi doing? I'm assuming he's hanging out by the Yushan embassy right now.
More than likely. If not, then he is probably teaching some lessons to his son, Exam.
Yeah, probably working out an infallible messenger to check in on him.
Yep. Good.
I should note, as a Star Touch child, Exiam does have some resistance to arcane fate. He knows the name and face of his father vaguely, but he is confused as to which continuity Goofy is working off of, is the metaphor I'd use.
Yes.
A lot of details are hazy perpetually for him.
Mm-hmm.
But it's better than a lot of arcane fate, which is complete erasure for most people.
Mm-hmm.
So it's at least a relationship.
Yay.
Anyway, back to our... But that might not be the only character from that April Fool's cameo, but that's for later.
Dani ate a taco today.
Well, he was starting his revenge, his salty run-back war campaign on Yadana, yes. Anyway, back to the arc. As he's talking about his boss, Tepetep's not a good boss. He's not physically abusive or anything, but he literally led all of his troop into hell and made them stop being soldiers and start running a restaurant?
Sounds like a pretty rash, uninformed decision to make. Almost as if he was being told to do it. Like he was trying to meet some kind of quota or something.
But who would have a quota? This is bystander, the Lythander in your ear.
I'm not trying to metagame or nothing. I'm just trying to sort of like interpreting this as like spitballing. What kind of general sort of randomly decides to pop up, stop being a general, just lead his troops into hell and open a restaurant seemingly without warning?
Well, the other context you get of they were escaping into Malfeas to run from the Bull of the North. And I mentioned this a couple other times, but until Gavel beat the Wild Hunts, that was the biggest failure of all dragon-blooded polities to kill a Solar. That was the legions of House Tepet, primarily, one of the 10 great houses of the center, waging a war campaign against the Bull of the North, a general up in the north who was building an empire, and they failed to kill him. Caveat, they killed
Right.
some of his circle, and they severely wounded him to the point he is infected with poison and is in kind of a coma right now, but he's still alive.
Right.
That is what the main time in living memory that the Wild Hunt, well, until you guys, failed to kill a solar, and they routed the Wild Hunt. And this was a legion of soldiers whose, all of a sudden, one of their commanding officers started glowing green and then drug them all into the underworld to escape the Bull's forces. You
They started going green. Huh?
Yeah.
Can you describe this sudden turn in any more specific terms?
Yeah, the Bull.
Did they kill him out?
One of the solar anathema under the Bull was hunting us, like, directly. It was fucking terrifying, but he started having this rant about how he never wanted to be here. It was all on his relatives in the house who forced him on this mission he didn't even want, and he felt trapped. And it was at that point the thing showed up on his head, and he started... And he got us here. Got us away from the solar. He's describing exaltation. Specifically, Tepet exalted when he was having an Ace Attorney breakdown and complaining about being trapped in a bad life situation via the effects of his shitty family.
Right. I see.
And yeah, we're living down here, but I miss my family, and hell is really fucked up. I lost my leg last month, he says, and he gestures down, and there is a decently well-crafted, but still clearly prosthetic brass leg he has. Like,
was that in the war?
No, it got crushed in a fucking Malfeas quake.
Jesus Louise.
Yeah, I can move this, and it moves with about the speed and efficacy of, like, real-life prosthetics. It's not a robot.
So
it's not a robot super arm, but you could use this in the Paralympics, and it'd be fine.
Yeah, these are not safe working conditions. You guys have a pretty solid, easy case against this guy on your hands. Let me tell you.
For all the shit for all Tepet sucks, that wasn't him. That was the city.
True enough.
I was just walking back home from the brothel.
But he did lead you here, so,
Hey-yo.
you know, in case you ever want to make a case for yourself, you got that angle. Can't exactly sue a city. Or at least not for earthquake damage. Well, regardless, one more thing I wanted to ask you about. Know anything about those those pamphlets at the in front of the door of the restaurant across the way?
Yeah, I've been seeing them all over. Someone's been scattering them all over, but they're not targeted at us. Is the thing. It's directed to 2 demons, 4 demons. So I only skimmed, like, the first line, and then, like, I saw, like, Demons of Malfeas rise up. I closed it because it wasn't for me, you know?
That's what you read it as. You said, Demons of Malfeas, yada yada, this and that. That's what you read it as. That's very interesting, because, see, when I went over there and I looked at the poster, it was talking about a menu item of your restaurant that, as far as I understand it, has been discontinued. Something about the infinity. What do you call it? What do you call it, Rex?
The bow of infinite bounty.
The bow of infinite bounty. I believe it was something along those lines.
Oh, you mean the extra large meat ones? Yeah, those were out of stock a couple months back. Too high a demand, couldn't keep up. We had to split for smaller menu items we could sell and not at a loss.
Strange, right? Seems strange, right? Personalized message depending on who reads it.
Personalized? What?
Well, you just said you read the pamphlet and it said something
you meant
specific.
the pamphlets over at the Golden Hawk for like the social uprising thing.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Quick narrator clarification. I thought you meant the menu items. That's a different thing.
No, yeah, that's what I said. Because the pamphlets are because when you told me like when I looked at the pamphlets,
that wasn't.
It gave me a bunch of menu.
That wasn't a pamphlet. That was in the 1,000 Centipedes meals menu. When you were also
I thought because you were telling me that I noticed that as I approached my restaurant.
Okay, yeah. Well, it's right nearby, so I got a little bit mixed up, but a lot of pertinent information and stuff you still got here anyway, even if it was in a weird order.
Right. No worries. Weird to put something for demons in a restaurant that, by technicality, can only serve by logic can only serve humans. Don't you think?
Demons haven't eaten here all of a sudden, and they all look very panicked when they eat. Which is real weird, if you don't mind me saying, because I thought demons didn't, most demons, didn't need to eat, but I guess they do. What do I know? I'm no sorcerer.
It's like something's been awakened in them all of a sudden.
Lost consciousness? Is that what you're saying?
Is there a need to feed?
More like a...
Need to feed. Resurrection.
More like a curse, if you don't mind me calling it that.
Well, sir, that's above above my pay grade, and I'm about to clock out. But
fair enough.
Tell you what, if you buy me a drink,
or madam, not sir, madam.
Yes, that's what That's what he would have said. Remember, there are no Terps in creation; they were killed.
True enough.
Yeah, he would wipe. You know what? Tell you what, buy me a drink, and we could keep this going because it does seem like you have a much more interesting business model. And I would be.
Now you're speaking my language.
I would be interested in a side grade.
Yeah. I'm speaking my language, big guy. Let's talk shop.
All right, and that's probably a good place to end that scene because I have ideas on how that could go, but that's for future sessions.
I do need to still figure out what the deal with the boys.
Oh, my name is I'm
no, not you.
Corporal Shinji is this man's name.
Corporal Shinji. Yeah, I mean. But when I said with the guy, I meant with Tibet.
Yeah. Of where he is. Yeah. Once you're out of eye shot, he drops to the floor. It's a damn good thing she don't find out about the peaches. I got the ball to go to. As he runs through the cabinet, we pass by a rather familiar soul steel body with the head conspicuously missing. That's just stuffed in the broom closet.
Hey, Ed.
I should note, the camera does focus on Essence lines still flickering. So, he is alive, but the head is elsewhere.
Hey, that's thinking ahead.
Hey-oh. Anything else you guys want to do before the gala? Any other...
Lythander is going to make the prettiest dress out of mushrooms.
Ooh. I don't know if Lythander, in his normal male-presenting body, has the cup size to pull that off. Go ahead.
I'm going to transform
into Janice.
All right.
I was actually going to invite Janice to be my plus. Actually, would that be a problem?
Travel time. It takes 5 days to cross the desert.
No way here. But how about if I used my special trick?
Your special trick?
Perhaps I can't take her with me. But what about if she's on call with me while we talk? Say, have you met my friend? And this is the point where ask Rex if I can figure out if he gave a second look to the thing I suggested.
Yes, but not as in innate solar magic. That would be something one of your artifacts might be able to do.
Right.
You know what? The moon bow.
I can use my gun as a phone.
Yes, or your bow, more accurately.
Right. The moon bow. I can use my phone. My bow as a phone.
We can work that out in a bit, though. Perhaps you still need time to attune to the magic and to buy the evocation with a milestone. Indeed. So before any other spotlights on the map you guys want to check out in character before heading off towards Rulensai's place?
Not really.
I never made it to Stark Spawn.
Also, I would not
Spider.
be dressed up as Janice. I'm just going to dress up as myself.
All right, mushroom tux.
But with more fungal.
All right.
Well, who says that I can't wear a
That's
dress,
true.
though?
That's true. Gavel, anything you want to stop by? No, that's not what I'm saying. Remember, all the turfs are dead.
Right.
Gavel.
The last turf is in captivity. Creation is at peace.
Indeed. Gavel's probably going to visit Screamville, I believe is what we dubbed it.
All right. Well, as you would expect, it's incredibly loud. I am going to need a fortitude physique roll to approach without your eardrums bursting.
Oh, goodness. All right, fortitude physique. Oh, boy. So that's 4 and 3, 7. Please? A singular success.
Nope. Screen distortion noises. Blood trickling from the ears. I'm sorry, champ.
Yep, not getting close to there.
Let's have Hopkins roll, actually.
Hopkins, the magical Great Dane.
Would Hopkins have a disadvantage?
A normal dog would.
Not the
if
magical
he got too close
great...
hearing-wise, and he's not using his sense of hearing.
So that is 5 successes for Hopkins.
Actually, he still is dramatic injured, so let's roll with a wound penalty.
Oh boy.
Even better somehow! 7 successes on 7 dice.
Oh my goodness, Hopkins.
Still kind of wounded. Is he wearing a cone of shame?
Probably.
Alright, I would imagine it is a very ornate brass cone of shame, because that's the primary building material in hell.
Yep.
Trottles forward. Once again, Mistress, I apologize for not telling you that I could talk until... pain. I don't think... I can't hear what they're screaming about in there. The frequency is too low.
That's fine. But
sniffs. It smells like darkness. And
darkness. And
of the sea, and also of the mountains.
Okay.
You would probably know from the description that is a location associated with the Yozi cat.
Oh.
Spelled as such.
Okay.
A mountain with no...
it's not the twins?
No, it is not Mittens or Cheese. Although they may be some of Cat's demons. Who knows?
Oh goodness. Cat, spelled like that. Okay.
Yep, Cat is a mountain with no peak and no summit. Or sorry, no summit and no bottom. To climb Cat is to always seek your way...
It's not a bottom?
To climb Cat is to forever seek your way towards an enlightenment you will never achieve. And going down is... ill-advised. It is a Yozi that is a location as much as a concept. You see some crags of Cat that figures in the distance are screaming about on the tops of those rocks, the rocky outcropping.
Okay.
However, it's not too far from the Neverborn Memorial, too.
Huh.
You'll notice some graves all around the Screamville.
Yep.
These are not just prophets or monks or demon aesthetics. These are professional demon mourners.
Oh.
At least part of the...
So they just
Yes,
mourn.
at least professional mourners are a thing in real life, too.
I know.
Some of these demons are professionally mourning the demons that became the Neverborn.
Okay, then.
So you can say they're morons.
Perhaps. What is the Graham's Crosshatch location again?
That was a Korak creation / Lythander creation. So
the
Graham
what is it?
Crosshatch.
Let me see what it's the
The
top
very
one,
bottom.
right? Top one. Oh, very bottom.
Yeah, near Screamville.
Screamville and the in between Hell Museum and Screamville.
Is that something I did?
It might
Looks to be so.
It might be Chills, actually.
Because I can't click on it and move anything. So
What happened?
The Graham's Crosshatch. We were speculating. We're trying to remember what that was.
because I have the cross encounter.
Graham's Crosshatch. Oh yeah, that's Oh yeah, that's the suburban neighborhood. That's the reverse Eldritch Horror suburban neighborhood.
The place that's too fucking normal.
Where that's too normal. That's so normal. It's actually terrifying.
Oh my goodness!
Like the where it's like this grid of exactly the same houses, the same looking streets, where the mind struggles to comprehend the banality.
Oh,
of
it's a
Malfeas'
demonic version
design.
of the Stepford Wives.
Sort of. It's so it's so normal. It's actually
You
fucked
pass
up,
by a demon making this facial expression.
and there's no end to
I
it.
swear. Oh my goodness, that is terrifying.
Mia Goth would have made a great delirium in the Endless Season 2. Not where the casting card falls, but we'll see. Anyway, yeah, the normal zone is deeply fucked up. Nothing interesting seems to be happening in the normal zone, save one detail. You see another fucking Adrian pamphlet. You see some creepy, smiling-eyed automata trying to peel it off, but no matter what they do, the pamphlet cannot be destroyed. It is graffiti that is stubbornly refusing to go away. Eventually, they end up removing the entire lamppost that the pamphlet is attached to and chucking it into the dumpster, Ron Swanson style.
Goodness sakes.
Disrupting the tranquility of this environment, and in so doing, Gavel feels a change in the essence of the area. Now may be a good time to leave.
Yep, it's time to go.
As screams start as a different kind of screams start filling the area as something underneath the crosshatch is unleashed via the damaged light pole, disrupting hell geomancy.
Yep.
In the distance, you hear
Hellmancy.
Oh, he's bisexual. I didn't know that.
He's bisexual. I didn't know that. Anyone want to go to the fucking ball?
Anyone want to go to the what? The ball?
Yeah, Rulensai's gala. Let me go ahead and post a picture of what her big sister looks like, and because they're related, they look very similar, save for one or two minor physical differences, like the prosthetics.
Oh no, she's hot.
Well, you be the judge of that. It's subjective, I think, but nope, wait. Have to find the fucking image. Give me a let's just reboot Discord. It should be in my most recent saved files from the phone. Yep, select more photos. That's, the picture of her.
And
There we go. Actually, there's a more zoomed version I could get. I may as well post that as well.
Oh, there she is. Name on.
She looks like this, except minus the wizard accoutrements and plus a prosthetic eye and hand.
Okay.
Oh, so she actually is hot. Okay.
So what's she wearing?
Actually, she would be wearing a similar dress of similar quality and make, but colored green instead of purple.
Mm-mm.
So she has style.
Yeah.
Like Fire Emblem enemy sorcerer looking ass.
Yeah.
Like evil faction sorcerer.
Yes, Mnemon in prior
It's like
versions
the
of the game was
shoulder.
one of the stock villains. There's been more
fucking
complexity added to her,
shoulder
but she is
pauldrons.
still a pretty bad person.
Hmm.
Jury's on her
Doesn't
little
mean she's
sister.
not hot.
Yep.
Cool.
So Lythander's wearing a mushroom tux. What is everyone else wearing?
Let's see. You know how, like, all the way back in Shampur that Gavel was going to receive a
Oh,
gala?
right. The dress.
Jade
Yeah.
dress.
I imagine that it is something of a similar design, but not made in jade this time, but made with more locally sourced Malfeas thread, whatever material that would be.
I think you're wearing this.
mouth thread.
Yeah, you're wearing essentially the kinds of shit you'd see at the Met Gala.
Yes. Oh, I hate dressing like this, but if it's for the occasion, fine.
Here's Little Oz next, doing his best Solar Exalted cosplay. This is what it looks like when Aura calls her Toku armor.
Oh, goodness.
Right. So, sort of. Pretty much that. That being said, Aura is definitely going to be going with going with the butch look. She's going to be going for like Sailor Moon Haruka fits. Haruka Tenjo, like boyish dresses, like these casual, like a more casual, business casual jacket, like dress jacket.
All right, and then Nue is going to be
For the
going full
event.
Disney princess. Then,
She's not-
to reflect you.
She's not quite ready. She's not quite ready to wear the dress yet. She's not quite comfortable with that style quite yet. But she respects it.
As an
She
aside,
enjoys it.
also from the Mushroom Gala, I found the mushroom dress.
Awesome.
Oh my goodness.
Sick.
That goes pretty hard.
Do you know what also goes hard?
Your
Yes.
mushrooms?
Yeah.
Do you allow Spider to come?
Yes.
That's impressive.
I do.
Spider is stubbornly wearing his normal clothes.
How dare.
I have
You
attempted
should be
to fashion.
in your tutu that I made you.
I have attempted to fashion the cat leash I made to keep him in check into a little tuxedo.
How'd that go for you?
Let's roll for it and find
All right,
out.
go ahead and roll me craft plus finesse.
Okay. Let me just. 3 successes. How'd that go?
It's a very long
Not
leash, so
well.
you are at least able to wrap up his shirtless torso. The downside is you can't hold the leash while doing it. You effectively have turned him into a mummy, but instead of bandages, he's wearing a leash.
And he's got a bow tie.
You tie the very end of it into a bow tie.
Mhm.
He's staring daggers at you the whole time.
Behave. I'm just gonna be holding him on my back like a coffin.
There's like 15 different shit posts I could think of for how this is going. I'm not sure which one to go with.
It's like blood plus.
Yeah. At the very near the estate that you were directed to, it is incredibly opulent, even by like the nicer districts of Malfeas standards. And in fact, it is not built like a Malfeas building at all. It's built a lot like a combination between a palace and a temple. Like, let me go ahead and pull up. Pulling up the example of, yes, a Japanese-style pagoda. but much
Pagodas?
bigger and glowing with all sorts of fancy multicolored firelights and with a party already in tow. Like one of those, but much bigger and wider. You see a figure that... No, he doesn't look exactly like this, but he looks quite a bit like this. At the front door, complaining about not being given an invitation.
Oh,
what do you mean I can't come in? I've waited for I've waited for a party like this for 5,000 years, and now I can't fucking get inside.
Yes.
This arc is bringing back all of Rex's old shitty jokes arc.
Oh,
He's
goodness.
always coming back.
He always comes.
A tall, green figure dressed out in insectoid plate and with a very disturbing face in terms of very insectoid, and as he's waiting, he eats a demon with his tail.
Oh, lovely.
The arguably least insectoid man we've seen so far.
I've made more insectoid men than him.
Yes. And opposite him, there is a very patient earth elemental standing at the gate. Not on the list.
Then who's on the list?
Yup.
If I'm not on the list, then who's on the list, mate?
The elemental looks down at, sees Gavel, references a list of Hammer of the Yozi, waves her in.
Gavel points to Lythander. Guest.
Oh, I'm your +1. That's actually very nice.
Well, you have plus circle, to be fair.
And this gentleman...
I thought this might be a romantic excursion between us. In a platonic way, of course.
Well, that man is a part of my circle, so he's coming with me. Come on, Lythander. Chop, chop.
Lythander walks as if he's on a leash.
Everyone make me difficulty 7 awareness plus fortitude rolls.
Awareness plus fortitude. Oh, boy.
I'll go ahead and roll this for the other characters, too.
Slash. Please.
Right, what is
Spider didn't do great for that. Anyway.
Did I really make that?
It appears you did.
No, I did not make it.
I cannot believe I made that.
I'm glad someone made it so I could pull something really funny really early rather than much later like expected.
Like, I usually do terrible on these awareness rolls.
Yeah. I'm surprised I didn't make it.
Oh my goodness.
It is fucking ridiculously opulent the second you walk inside.
Huh.
Like, it is, like, the Met Gala was used as a comparison, and that's honestly pretty on point. It is, there are so many fucking precious gemstones on display, buried in the fucking walls. There is literally silver being handed out as party favors. You even see bits and pieces of actual magical materials jade being used just as fucking drinking glasses, and forks and knives, and chopsticks.
Lythander keeps on putting some.
Jeez.
Lythander puts some in the
Understandable.
That seems a little excessive. Not you, Lythander. The jewels.
The crowd is primarily demon.
Wait, does Gavel say that in person?
No.
Or in
No.
character? No. Okay. What does Gavel do?
Maybe they're
about
trying to send a
Lythander
message.
just putting something.
Gavel's
in the doll?
pretending not to notice so she doesn't have to explain it later if you get caught.
The crowd consists of primarily second circle demons, with a handful of bigger looking first circles who have been grudgingly given citizenship via various means and metrics.
Oh, goodness.
As well as a number of humans who are all wearing the mons of, almost all of them are wearing the sign of House Mnemon, the house symbol and everything. There is a minor exception of a few other houses being present. Most of them Peleps or Kathak. The really old. I could go on and on about realm stuff. Shout out to a podcast I still need to catch up on watching, Wondrous Atlas of Creation's Destiny. very good Exalted Lore podcast. I need to re-listen to them. They do good shit.
But if you want all the Exalted lore, you should listen to FateBreakers. We are the most lore-accurate Exalted podcast of all time.
You do see, the dance floor is being dominated by this woman. Gavel would recognize her on sight as a particularly infamous second circle demon named Stainwald. She who surpassed the Umfalos.
She who surpassed the what?
The Umfalos.
I don't know what it is, otherwise I would explain. But she looks like this. She honestly is the single most human-looking demon you've seen. And that she just looks human.
Yeah, pretty much. She looks nifty.
She is.
Oh no,
yeah,
she's
she
hot.
is literally tearing up the dance floor.
Huh.
Waves. Ah, one of the Green Sun Princes. Lovely to meet you. I'm Stainwald.
Gavel, Hammer of the Yozi. Nice to meet you.
You see, that's really interesting. Someone else claimed that they were the Hammer of the Yozi, but you look more convincing.
Well, that's certainly good to hear, I suppose.
I was gonna say, Danny punched that form out of Hunter Venom Stinger, so
No,
yeah.
I wonder.
Yeah, out of 100 Venom Stinger, but it is. He may be referring to something else, and
Indeed.
she is doing this stance.
Oh my goodness. Nice.
Cool.
Anyway, after some brief pleasantries, she returns to her dance, and there's a handful of other very colorful characters. You guys remember the demon I made up on the spot that seemed natural at the time, but I actually was completely radiant with her. The bearer of one lie and thousands of truths.
Oh yes, Obscura.
Her.
Obscura, yes. Obscura's there.
Oh my goodness.
Oh hey, honey,
Gavel
how are
said-
you? It's been a while. You thought you'd never see me again.
Truth
didn't
number
you?
997. I don't remember who you are.
That's a lie. You know this. That's a lie. That is the one lie.
Not right now, it
She
isn't.
do be. I mean, hey, if
You don't remember a night of passion?
if our
Obscura?
memory-
All you did was play cards.
if our memories are
So you
fallible,
do remember!
If our memories are fallible, I'm sure demons can also be fallible.
I know,
Well,
but she
that
just
way
proved
too.
that was the one lie, so we can ask her anything and it's all truths.
Unless that lie was just replaced by another lie.
Or it was the truth. Perhaps I did not remember you at the moment you started talking, and then when you kept on yapping, I remembered.
Wow. I thought you loved me.
Obscure.
We were like this. Lythander does a weird thing with his hands that doesn't make any sense.
Does it involve any shape-shifting?
Yes. Into birds of paradise.
Truth number 485. There is a first circle sorcery spell called... The exact name escapes the actual narrator's mind, but Flight of Separation, that's the one. There is a first circle sorcery spell called Flight of Separation that allows the user to turn into a swarm of birds for evasive actions. It is known by at least 6 people in this room.
Kind of cool.
Neat. I'm not one of those, so...
Why do you
Yay.
know that?
Because I am the bearer of one
Why
lie
wouldn't
and
you know
thousands of truths.
I was going to
Truth.
say, you know this... You know this aura. You're the one who summoned her, remember?
Yes, and by the way, I've been meaning to mention that. Hey, Obscura. Do any of your truths tell you what I'm going to do to you in the next 5 seconds for you lying to us?
Truth number 952. This gathering is protected by sidereal magic, and attempts to break it would be difficult.
Shit.
Continues sipping her drink, a smile on her beak.
Lythander uses Curse Shattering Strike since this is technically
It's a
curse.
blessing.
Blessings are just
But
curses,
positive.
but on the opposite spectrum.
But either way...
Fusion is just a weak a tactic to make cheap gems stronger. Wait, fuck, I fucked it!
Almost.
In any case, she sips her drink. Now, is there anything else you wish to ask me? I have an appointment with the mistress of the house shortly. Truth number 923. She is seeking allies for the upcoming realm civil war.
Oh. Is she, would she accept us?
Truth number 3. I cannot tell the future. My truths and lies work off of the best available knowledge of my first circle demons information network. The answer to that question is ultimately subjective.
That's... I hate that. I hate that that seems true.
It is one of my truths.
How many lies do you have?
Only one. Truth number 5. Your fly is unzipped.
Lythander doesn't look because he knows that's the lie.
The camera zooms down to Lythander's unzipped fly, which confusingly was zipped when you entered the building.
Did you unzip my fly, Obscura?
No.
I feel that's the lie.
You're gonna think everything is the lie until you actually get it right. Again.
Because I'm always right. You know this.
I wish I could believe you.
Isn't that right, Obscura?
Aura, make another Force plus awareness roll. Yep.
Me? Okay. That's a very large number of dice. And that's also a very large number of dice. 11.
That does not beat Atep's... Wait, hang on a second. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Solar's win ties.
Oh my goodness.
That's right, baby. Yeah, they do. I'm going to go get my water back. We'll be right back.
Okay, we'll narrate the consequences of that failed theft attempt in a moment, then.
Did somebody just try to steal from Aura?
Tepetitep spends one mote on... spends one mote on red-hued hand deception. On red-handed deception. He's going to roll a secondary persuade attempt. With another excellency spent. What's Aura's resolve?
He went, or Jules went to...
Yeah, okay, we'll go back on that later then. For now, Obscura clears her throat. Truth number 83. I need to use the little second circle demons room. I will be right back.
Was phrasing it like that's quite
Is
necessary.
I'm back.
Hey, look, they're back.
Tepetitep just spent a mote to try red-handed deflection.
What does that mean?
A social influence roll on you. What's your resolve?
Hi.
It is 1 + 1 if integrity is 1 or 2, or +2 if integrity is higher than 3. Integrity bonus does not count towards static
He
value.
is trying to
Bonus
deflect
count.
blame of a theft attempt of your flame piece on someone else.
Can I attempt to... what is it called?
All on intimacies or virtues?
Unconquer Sunsight this?
You might not... Yeah. That would only qualify as things that masquerade towards intimacies you protect about. Do you really care about your flame piece?
I do.
Is it the cursed one?
It is.
Alright, as you're in this conversation with Obscura, you feel the faintest brush of air as someone passes by you, and someone's hand very clearly go for your revolver.
I grab their hand.
You catch the bear's...
how do I put this? I create a situation for... I turn their attempt into a handshake.
Weird that you're handshaking 5 different people at once.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a social
No.
butterfly. That's
What I
do.
mean is, all of a sudden, you are holding 5 separate people's hands. They all look just as confused as you are. One of them looks like Pete.
Hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? And hope you're having a good time. Hey, enjoy the party. Have a good one. I'll let you with that punch, but you knock yourself out. Bye-bye.
So what that effect was if that overcomes your resolve, he is deflecting attempt for the failed theft action on someone else.
That, he's trying to overcome a resolve with the 7.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to attempt, how much does my minor intimacy of compassion toward my cursed flame piece?
Minor would be plus
Boosted up
2,
to.
so not high enough. No scam goes with a call out. I'm not sure if that's major or minor.
That is a major.
Hey, this seems like a pretty big scam to you.
And also, in case it was a minor, I could probably do an unconquered sun sight to
Well, the Solar's wind ties, so if you're able to tap that intimacy, that is successfully... He is using some magic to try and deflect blame, but you know what fucking pair of hands
You
that
know
was.
who it is.
And you could feel the grease of the restaurant still on your flame piece.
motherfucking fry.
Do you let him go?
Smells like French fry. Smells like French
As
fries.
if you're just shaking his hand.
Hell no, I've been trying to talk to the motherfucker all day. I'm fucking chasing that man, and I'm taking the spider coffin with me.
Would you
All right,
shake
Spider.
a
We're going
pulse
to
in
continue
his
today's
hand?
adventure. All right, Spider. We're going to continue today's
Spider's
adventure.
asleep.
Fair enough.
Why is Spider asleep?
Because he was feeling eepy.
Is he feeling eepy in the deepy?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's fair. When you eepy and you neepy, you gotta get that sleepy neepy.
I mean,
deepy.
it's got to be pretty snug in the leash coffin. All right, I'm taking him with me regardless.
All right.
You're taking a sleeping man.
Returns the handshake with a fierce iron grip and hisses between clenched teeth. Well, it was right there. You can't blame me for trying.
Hey, good to see. Good to see. We finally meet the famous Tep, an owner of the illustrious. What is it called?
1,000 Centipedes Meals.
1,000 Centipedes Meals. A fruitful endeavor indeed. Quite bold, in fact. Now tell me, what drives an accomplished general like yourself to pursue the world of the culinary arts of feeding? Feeding
well,
the needy,
as flattering as you make that sound, I ain't never made general. I was only but a corporal. I was only but a lieutenant.
So we're going to Lieutenant C.
Oh, I'm sure you would have made the position
Not if you're...
in due time.
They don't let you get ranks that high if you're just a mortal. And I was, for a while. But now I'm one of the chosen of the goddamn Yosi. Oh no, he's slowly turning into Hank Hill.
So, how's Exaltation been treating you?
I got to do all I want in my life. Got to take all the shits that people take from me. I got to hand right back into them.
True.
Can you let go of my hand now, please? It's getting tight.
No.
Of course. Sorry. I'm a fan of... I am an avid enjoyer of a firm handshake. Say, if you got time, I was interested in talking shop. You know, business owner to business owner. I was a I was a bit interested in one of your discontinued menu items. I believe it's the Infinity Bow.
The Bow of Infinite Bounty.
The Bow of Infinite Bounty. That's the one.
Make a persuade action on him.
Just see.
Ooh.
All right. I believe one of these
Difficulty
is
7,
at least
up
banked
up by one of his intimacies to difficulty 6.
Right. I do recall. At least, I hope at least some of the headway I made into prying into his business beforehand at least assist.
I will say
this,
add a stunt because of throwing him off his game via detecting his pickpocket attempt, which was backed by a shitload of magic.
All right, that is 7 exactly.
Well, let me tell you with this. When you steal the peaches of immortality, you want to grow them, right?
Did he just say the quiet part out loud?
Yep. You tricked him into doing that
Wow.
by convincing him successfully. Also, he's flustered via no one has ever deflected the Emerald's 5-finger discount.
No
Does
one
he
ever
have
has ever
five-
deflected the Emerald Splash.
Yes, but it's a pickpocket.
Question: does he have the 5 seasons on his check home?
Hard to say. They were out of chicken at the time.
Oh, fair.
They had a high traffic volume of customers. He
fair.
pauses for a second, realizing he
Well-
did in fact say the quiet part out loud.
Peaches of Immortality, huh? Pretty exotic ingredients you have there, Herr Lieutenant. And now I'm no stranger to keeping secrets. All good businessmen have theirs. So I tell you what, you tell me more, and you give me what I need. You tell me more about what I need to know, and I'll keep those details from reaching the wrong ears, so to speak.
Well, what do you want to know?
Oh,
$20 is $20, right?
that's good. That's a good question, actually. What would I want? What would I want to know that that Tepet could tell me? First of all, where did he steal the peaches from? I think is a good place to start.
Well, I never stole them.
How the heck did
From
you
the
come?
Grove of Immortality.
Sorry, I was disassociating for a second. Could you repeat that? That was the narrator disassociating, sorry.
That's okay. I do it all the time too. I was firstly just wondering what all else I could ask Pete or Tepet that he would be able to tell me.
Okay, he could definitely...
I think for a starter, it would be good. It would be good to ask where in the heck did he steal these peaches of immortality from? Even
Well,
as a starter.
Well, I don't know, smart girl. The peaches of immortality only ever grow up in heaven. I wonder where they got some from.
And what pray tell were you doing in Yushan?
Stealing the peaches of immortality, among other shit.
One track mind. All right, fair enough. All right.
Using them for anything.
It's
Burning the damn hole in the ground where they could be granting people immortality. Oh, it's a little bit of a misnomer between you and me. You got to keep eating the fruit if you wants to keep not aging.
suppose it works just about.
They kind
the
of
same.
work like the golden apples of Norse mythology, and it's what the gods eat to stay young. But if they stop eating them regularly, they age.
All right, it's time for the game show.
Now keep in mind,
Ladies
that
and gentlemen,
has changed slightly, so you need to spend a mote per answer to the question.
truth. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big hand for motive discerning technique.
Yay.
All right, we're going to be. Do we have to make the roll still? We've got to roll finesse embassy.
You don't need to roll that anymore. You just spend the mote per question.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, let's start spending motes. I made sure to recharge some of them, to take some off my Hearthstone for this one. Let's start with the top answers that we can ask. But if anyone has a better suggestion, it would be more than welcome, as is the spirit of the charm. First things first. Does the character feel positively, negatively, or neutrally about me? Do the character and I share a virtue? Do the character and I share an intimacy? What haven't I noticed about the character? Or how could I get the character to do what I want?
What haven't we noticed yet?
I think that's a good place to start. All right, Rex, I'm spending that mote. What haven't we noticed about Tepet-a-Tep?
Tepet-a-Tep is not alone. He would not have tried a theft of an artifact or a Calcum flame piece in broad daylight if he didn't have someone who was confident he could trust to get him away from this situation if things went sour.
So he's got...
It's oddly quiet. Oddly quiet around the two of you. In a peace and quiet sense of... Wait, did he convince a fragment of the Silent Wind to back him up? It's quiet around both of you. If that were happening in Malfeas, you would both be dead normally.
A fragment of the Silent Wind. Uh-oh.
Another Yosi.
No, I remember who they are.
But the fact that it's quiet around both of you and neither of you are harmed is noteworthy. And that's what you notice is his backup is one of the souls of the Silent Wind.
That's concerning. How the fuck did Tepet-a-Tep manage to convince a fragment of one of the souls of the Silent Wind to back him up?
Yes.
That's a good question to ask.
You want to ask a follow-up?
I would ask the follow-up. How come Tepet-a-Tep is being backed up by one of the fragments of the Silent Wind?
He stole something...
Allegedly.
Because he stole something else in his hall that whatever fragment of the Silent Wind is alongside he is dangling a carrot on a stick for them.
Alright, so he has something the Silent Wind wants.
Or this particular second circle soul does, yeah.
Right. Alright, I think it's time to consult wise-eyed courtier methods questions. Just in case we want to spend an additional mote. We're up to 2 motes now. This is the 3rd mote. Who's really in authority here? What do I have that someone here wants? What would constitute a grievous faux pas in this circle? What grudge is being hidden? And who doesn't belong here?
I should note, you could bank 2 anima into your Hearthstone in order to keep asking questions without your cast mark showing up too much.
I'll definitely be doing that.
Secret grudge might be good.
All right.
You want to ask that one?
It definitely seems like a weird situation because so far he's been directly attempting to go ahead, to butt heads with me in either directly or indirectly. He's attempted to steal my my flame piece, and he's opened a restaurant right in front of mine with the same function.
I can give you an answer to that question, but it's sure as hell not what you're expecting if you spend the mote.
All right.
Believe it or not,
grudge?
Believe it or not, he doesn't actually have too much of a negative opinion of you. Beyond irritation for you having caught him in the act, red-handed. It was
Right.
just in a high population district, which makes sense to build your restaurant because people need to eat, and he had the same idea that you did. And the only reason he targeted you for the theft was he saw a flame piece made of orichalcum, the magical material Infernals best resonate with. He just didn't expect the person to actually keep a grip on it.
Mm-hmm.
The person he has
he's
an opportunist, yeah.
He's an opportunist.
But he does have a hidden grudge on someone that you could tell just from the context of he's in this party. Hey, Hester Pets fell on real hard times ever since they fucked up against the Bull of the North. A lot of other great houses have given them the stink eye for failing to kill the big anathema they were sent to kill. He has a grudge against the party's host.
Oh my goodness.
He's a party crasher.
Oh my goodness.
Ooh. So the host of the party, just so that I can remember.
Mnemon Rulensai. We could just call her Rulensai, her personal name for short. Mnemon's little sister.
Mnemon's little sister. Right. And what is her character?
Probably only Gavel's really the only one who knows anything about her via unwoven quadrilateral message. Is that she is a well-known architect and sorcerer who is visiting Malfeas as part of a cultural exchange with the realm. That's what's on paper, and at least part of that's true. The actual hidden text there is she's recruiting for allies against the realm civil war.
Okay. So back to another question, back to the question I asked a bit ago and you answered. You said something about how he's an opportunist. He built the restaurant here because he wanted to make some kind of profit. You said. At least that's how I interpreted the answer.
Partially profit, partially
Right.
to get a cultural foothold into Malfeas, an important commerce center.
Right. And this just sort of, and from the impression I got from Shinji was that this was sort of out of the blue decision for this guy. Like, he literally drove his troop down here to make this project happen.
As an escape from the Bull of the North.
Yes. And am I to understand he came to this decision himself?
Seems that way, yeah. I should note that restaurant
Very
seems
strange.
somewhat new. It is unclear in what order he opened the restaurant and stole the Peaches of Immortality.
Feels
Those two facts might be
Feels like
related.
weird. I see. So maybe he's not just hiding from. Maybe he's not just hiding from the Bull of the North. He might be also digging down in Malfeas because he figured it might be the best place to hide from Yushan.
Perhaps.
Okay. What else can I glean from this? I don't really want to ask another question because that'll just make my cast flare up.
You could bank
too
up to
much.
2 anima in your Hearthstone, which is empty right now, I think.
Yeah, I've already banked 2.
All right. Your
There.
cast only
That's
visibly
why I
shows
kinda-
when you're at 4 or higher.
Okay. In that case, okay. Yeah. If I ask another question, I'm going to be revealing myself. So I think I'm going to have to hold off. But one thing that's definitely weirding me out is... So this guy's a rogue agent. He's doing stuff on his own. He's got the favor of a real dangerous individual based on having stolen something that the fragment of the Silent Wind wants. And he seems to be doing this all by himself, which is a hard thing to come to terms with, considering he comes off as a bit of a buffoon. It's something that I wonder if he really is the one pulling the strings, or if there's any sort of like secondary interested party keeping him afloat, so to speak. Essentially, seems like the kind of person who would be into conversation with a lot of people, seeing as he's a businessman. Suppose I'll let go for now and just like try to maintain contact with him throughout the party.
All right. In that case, he will wrench his hand free of the handshake and drift off into the masses, giving you a side glance as he goes. At some point during this, all this meet and greets is when Gavel, you're approached by the woman heading this party. Mnemon Rulensai shows up in person. Well, the Hammer of the Yozi here herself.
Yep, that's me.
You're not the only one competing for that trial. As I understand, the other one here is in for that sporting event competition.
Oh, the other one's here.
The other one who would call himself the Hammer of the Yozi, yes.
I see. Now, what was that about a sporting competition?
The football.
Oh, yes, right. Well, if he's participating in it, it may not be a bad...
I do have a question for you, though.
Yes?
What were you thinking?
You're gonna have to be a bit more specific.
You know who I am, yes?
Indeed.
You know that as a scion of House Mnemon and the most devout of the great houses, it is among our life's missions to hunt the anathema, yes?
Yes, I'm aware.
Why did you come here?
It's been a very long time since I've been in Malfeas, so I decided to check out...
No. That makes sense. Why did you come to my gala?
Well, this place is in Malfeas, is it not? Plus, as far as I've been told, this place has been granted a blessing to make sure everything's all peachy keen.
I'm gonna go ahead and send a DM to Alatos based on a roll you made earlier.
Ooh, okay.
You can choose to reveal this in character or not.
Oh! Gavel will not reveal this quite right now, but I'm going to make a note of that in my notes.
Let me just go ahead and expand upon that based on something Lythander would have said earlier. There. To spell it out.
Hold on. Yes, okay. Let me double check if... Oh, yes, that's because I spelt it wrong. Okay. Yes.
To connect the dots for you, a final message.
Yep, thank you. Excellent, thank you. I will not reveal this, but going to be keeping that in mind.
We get a camera of a facial reaction from Gavel, I'm sure.
You get Gavel sees that little bit of information and then does the one reaction face of like that one anime of the dude in the car who has a normal face, and then his expression just completely changes. Hold on, I think I have it on my computer actually.
Imagining if you guys have seen Nimona, there's a segment where one of the leader of the royal guard has a massive freak out monologue before it was revealed that was all internal. He's completely stone-faced and I'm fine on the outside.
Yes, pretty much.
She takes a sip of her drink. So what is it then? Is it your plan to kill me in front of all my guests? Break the sidereal enchantment?
Oh, hardly. No, I actually came to enjoy myself. Believe it or not.
Your companions, did you just drag them here on... Surely you have your own witcheries to pursue.
Yes, but believe it or not, as much as I came here for the enjoyment of it, it was actually my friend who brought up the idea of coming to this little ball of yours.
Hey, Lythander, are you nearby?
Yes.
Slowly turns her gaze over towards Lythander. And you there.
Lythander blinks one eye at a time.
Yes, I've heard about you. You made those mushrooms that are given your cousins in Prasad quite the interesting time. She has a very strange smile on her face that seems polite, forced, and strained. It is the smile you've seen a bunch of diplomats give when someone says something stupid in a public space. They're trying their best to not throttle someone.
Oh, so my children are doing well in Prasad?
That's by your metrics, yes.
No, I mean by their metrics, not mine. They're their own people. They are as free as the winds that guide them. I have no control over them. They might see me as their father, as I see them as their children. But nonetheless, they need to be free. If they ask for help, yes, I may give them help. But it is their journey to go where they need to go.
You want to give me a read intentions roll on Rulensai?
Sure.
Also,
Your choice of embassy or awareness.
here's the gavel, or here's the face Gavel makes upon realization of the key piece of evidence.
Wait, what's the key piece of evidence?
Don't worry about it.
It might come up, don't worry.
Gavel will probably mention this in time, but not at this exact moment.
So roll finesse, awareness, or embassy. Your choice, Lythander. If you want to find out what she's up to here.
Also, I forgot Pedro existed again. I hate this. I hate my brain.
Is Pedro with you right
What
now?
is Pedro up to? Yes, Pedro is always with me.
He
might be in the Gaul. But...
All right. Rulensai's gaze drifts towards the Gaul. Yes, that infamous...
5 successes for read intentions.
Guarded mind meditation is in effect here, so that would boost her integrity against read intentions by 1. So, yep, guarded mind meditation. Oh, by her essence. Oh god, that's way more than I thought it would be.
Oh.
You have no idea what the fuck she's doing.
Okay, but they're my children, so... I will tell you, though, if you hurt them without them provoking anything, I will hurt you.
It is not our house's holding that is in those creatures' path.
They're not creatures. They are sentient like you and me.
Regardless, it is my duty to my house to keep an eye as to all threats endangering my family. I take it from your quaint little corner of the world that you are not aware of what is happening in the Blessed Isle.
No, I am not. What is happening there?
What is happening is that my aunt, I suppose you could call her, has gone missing. The Scarlet Empress.
Oh.
She who rolled over all of the center and major chunks of the rest of creation. She who held the hearthstone of the Sword of Creation, the most powerful weapon ever forged. She went missing some half a decade ago, and it's only now that the rest of our big, fucked up family has taken notice of this and is beginning to react accordingly. Civil war's on the horizon. What do you intend to do about it? What affects the Blessed Isle will spread out to the rest of the world thanks to the super weapon at the very center of it.
That's a very good question. I'm just here to try to figure out how to release some souls from metal.
Give me another read intention action.
No.
Let's see.
Face seems as perfectly impassive as before. You can also do that, Gavel. Lower the difficulty by 3. From 7. Wait, a lower difficulty from lower difficulty from 10 to 7.
Okay. What am I rolling for?
Your choice of finesse and either awareness or embassy.
Awareness or embassy. I will choose embassy. And what was the attribute again?
Finesse.
Finesse, thank you. Okay, so that'll be... Wait, do I have a... Hold on. I'm gonna spend an excellency.
Alright.
Yeah. Alright. So now we raise that to that. Now, if I put in that... that is 11 successes.
Okay, I will ask a few questions via PM, and the other things I can answer openly.
Yep, alright.
Alright, her intentions for this are as follows.
Let's see.
You know, there's quite the amount of secrets here in Malfeas, here in Hell. All sorts of ancient libraries that could perhaps control the sword of creation elsewhere via hijacking its geomancy, or let us control it directly so that we don't have to bother with a succession crisis. Now, there are many grand secrets that I believe I could sweeten the tap in order to aid our family somewhat. That is what she wants. For different reasons based on what she just said out loud and what I actually just told you.
Yeah.
You could get a few other questions via beating her resolve by a bit. What else you want to know?
Let's see. Can I get a little... Am I able to get a bit more information on that second part?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. All right, let's see. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Big number.
Okay.
Big secrets.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
God, that gift becomes more and more accurate with
It
everything.
really does. Goodness sakes alive. All right. Gavel's basically doing her best to remain as stone-faced as possible, but can feel the cracks starting to form.
Now that you've realized, you've seen what's behind the curtain, so to speak.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Takes another sip of her drink. Now, where are the others of your party? The Solar, she's talking with that Tepet Lowblood.
Yes, I believe you're going to be having a bit of a harder time talking with them, it seems.
Lythander just looks concerned about what's going on. He just doesn't know what's going on, so he's like,
Gavel just takes the nearest bottle, not glass, bottle of whatever alcoholic drinks are being served at this establishment and starts chugging.
The finest realm sake you could ever imagine.
She starts chugging the sake.
This is the best drink you've ever had in your life.
Lythander sees Gavel doing that and is now scared because he doesn't see Gavel drink this hard.
Or often at all.
Yeah. So Lythander just grabs his bottle and just starts chugging until
You
it's
see an
empty.
ever so slight smile on Rulensai's face. Yes, believe me, that's what many of our relatives have been doing ever since it's become apparent what's going to happen.
Did you hear me, Rex?
Yeah, you chug the whole bottle, yeah.
In the infinite bottle. I am chugging it until there's nothing left in the infinite bottle.
It's quite impressive you're able to keep doing that in all one go.
Gavel eventually sets the bottle down.
Yeah, I've done that before. You gotta breathe through your nose to do that.
Did you pass out?
Lythander immediately went from being stone cold sober to blackout drunk in a matter of seconds.
Does Lythander?
No, he's still
Okay,
sober.
for now.
Uh,
So you've defeated the Wild Hunt. You've done what the Bull of the North did to those low bloods down there. Now what are you gonna do?
Many
What are
things.
Go to Joffrey World.
Many things, including taking your grand crusade to kill millions to the center, I take it.
Hopefully it doesn't resort to that, but
Isn't that what you want to do, though? I'm confused.
the main goal is to bring about change, and yes, if violence is needed to achieve as such, fine, but considering some of my present circle, quick look over to Aura, if it doesn't have to come down to that, then I have a very competent negotiator.
Aura is having the shrimp.
It's pretty good shrimp.
Oh. Not bad. But yeah.
And that's all you plan to do, then? Effect change out little by little. How quaint.
Indeed.
So, Gavel, what is it?
I'm going to be honest, I'm a little disappointed in you.
Oh, now that's a riot. Why's that?
Here I thought your type was the kind to burn everything and everyone around you to the ground in some sort of slight for vengeance. That's what my cousin down there seeks to do. You actually taking the slow path like a responsible person, and responsibility can be oh so slow. The kinds of change that would take centuries past the lives of even the dragons. The Anathema live for millennia, after all. You could afford to do so. I can't.
Mayhaps, but I assure you, although the preparations are taking in quite a bit of time, the effects will be noticed in one fell swoop. One could even say about as fast as the guillotine blade drops.
One other question is there is one other anathema I know about in attendance. Not in this gala itself, I doubt the coward would show his face, but 100 Venom Stinger has been smelled skulking about.
Oh, yes, that man. If you see him, please tell him that he has to divorce my daughter.
You see a brief flicker of an actual emotion across Rulensai's face of amusement, but also surprise. Really? Your daughter?
Yes.
Yeah, Lythander.
Yes,
Maybe
Gavel,
we
darling.
should put some more personal matters aside for later in private.
No. You may keep going. I'm curious now.
Lythander, trust me on this.
I do trust you, Gavel, and thus I will respect. My apologies, my dear, but the person who has brought me here has spoken, and I do not want to go against them.
Understandable. Perhaps we could revisit the topic another time.
Indeed. Now,
This gala will go on for several days, after all.
indeed, I do not wish
What?
to keep.
Oh, did you not know how galas of the center function? Pity.
Now, I don't wish to keep the.
Is 100 Venom Stinger here?
I doubt it.
Okay.
Now, I do believe I shouldn't be keeping our gracious host of this gala up from so many of her guests, so we will leave you to it, madam.
I have one of my associates who will be in touch should you decide to to continue this conversation.
As it were, yes.
Smiles and walks off.
Waits until she is out of earshot, and then slowly turn to Lythander. That was Roxy, by the way. That was
What?
Roxy, disguised.
How did I not notice the hands?
You were a bit distracted at the time, admittedly, but yes, that was her. I had managed to pick up on the tell.
So I had nothing to really fear from her.
This time, yes.
No, she loves
No.
me. Like, no, like, I'm not even trying to be, like, you know how I am when I normally say that they love me,
Yes.
and it's normally that
Correct.
they hate me. You do know that I actually do know, and I just do it as a bit.
Either
right?
way, even if that's even if that is true, that does not mistake the fact that she is up to some very, very dangerous and bad shit.
Not wrong.
Who's up to some dangerous and bad shit, by the way? I just got here. I just finished
Roxy.
eating. I just finished eating all the shrimp.
Rakshasa.
Oh, god damn it. Nue shows up from underneath a table.
Oh,
Why are you here, Nue?
I'm part of your circle.
No, by that I mean underneath our table.
Oh, I was ferreting out a rat.
Wait, you have a ferret?
Well, rat isn't quite the right word. I was freeing
Can I
a
see the
hostage.
ferret?
She pulls out
There's
from
no
underneath her
ferret?
cloak a metal soul steel head.
oh.
Oh, hey, it's what's his name?
He's asleep right now, but I could wake him up. But for some reason, he was just being held captive in... Oh god, that was Roxy, wasn't it? She was holding him captive.
Ed? What the hell is Roxy doing with Ed's head?
That's a great question.
Well, if it was Roxy, that would explain why she had him, but I have a pretty good idea that the actual Rulensai is alive and in Malfeas somewhere, but just isn't at her own
bother.
gala.
Oh, well, if Ed's out of commission, then that means...
Well, he's alive. I can feel essence patterns going through him, but...
What I mean is, if he's not operational right now, then that means... What's his name?
Gnosis.
Gnosis is unsupervised. And in Malfeas. Potentially in Malfeas.
He is an Infernal. There is an Infernal convention coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's bad news all around. Oh, jeez.
Indeed.
Okay, if that was Roxy, what did she actually want?
So I managed to pick up on a couple of very important details regarding her plan. She wasn't exactly forthcoming about it, but she did manage to drop some very important details, and I pieced the rest together. It appears that she wants to recruit us for a bit of a raid, it seems. However,
Well, that would make more sense why she was trying to shadow recruit us if the actual realm bitch would want our blood.
I see. But it's the reason why she wants to perform this raid is what's gotten me let's say very nervous. She wants the Sword of Creation.
Oh.
Sort of who now?
The ultimate weapon at the center of the Blessed Isle that killed
you're
all
right.
the fair folk invading in the contagion.
That
I just
thing
realized
that
that's why
Shadow-
she's questioning my children.
that
She's
thing
going
that-
to
Why
hurt
did
my
you
children.
think I told you to shut the fuck up about it?
the thing that's
She's going to die if she touches them.
So she was So let me get this straight. I was a bit out of the conversation. So this Roxy lady is impersonating the hostess of the party in her own party.
As far as we can tell, anyway. But not only that, she is trying to recruit us to perform a raid on a Yozi library, of all things, to get a hold of the most powerful weapon in all of creation.
Yeah, that definitely sounds like a terrible idea. Alright. That's one more thing to worry about. I imagine Ed may have been trying to stop her, which is potentially how he got like this.
Do you want to wake Ed back up?
Yes, I do.
Windows startup sound goes here. Ed wasn't attacked by Roxy, I will say that much. Someone very big came up from him from the shadows, stole his fancy spear, and then stole the rest of his body. You can't have shit in Malfeas.
Stole, huh? Stares at Tep's general direction.
Yep, that's the guy.
Motherfucker. I'll give him a stern talking to.
There was a fist bump exchange between Gnosis and a Tep. And that was the last thing he remembers.
Yeah. I have to keep a closer eye on that guy. Comes off as a bit of a buffoon, but he might actually be a bit more tactful than I first imagined.
Yeah, the other main inspiration I had for Tep was Wario.
So Roxy, Tep, and Gnosis all gathered in this, are all working together, and it seems to me like Tep's backup is a fragment of the silent wind.
Excuse you.
Yeah, something tells me he's got something they might want, and they've been willing to let's say, sponsor his little crashing of this party. So far they've all got one thing in common. All these perpetrators have one thing in common. They have some kind of problem with the hostess of the party. Or at least that's the assumption. I'm not sure exactly what Gnosis is doing here.
Well, Gnosis isn't here right now. That was just the flashback narration.
Right.
Oh, goodness.
Well, regardless, I'll have to grill Tep on where he's keeping the rest of Ed's body, at the very least. Now that I know he's involved with Gnosis, I can't just let him loose. Let him loose.
You could just kill him, Nue says through a mouthful of shrimp.
I don't know. It's not exactly my style, but I guess I'll let you be the judge of it.
Let's see what his actual plan is, and if he's doing some heinous shit, we'll just off him.
Yeah, we need to be more. We don't know enough to really to take action as of yet. We need to be a bit more tactful, especially in a social scenario like this. This is a party. We need to act like guests for the time being.
Hey, we have to act like guests, you say?
Act like proper guests.
We need to be...
I'll be nice and prim and proper, Lythander says as he chugs
Be
more.
polite, please.
Hey, trust me, am I
polite?
Always polite,
No.
am I not?
Polite, courteous, and well-behaved. And if you use those traits correctly, we might be able to get all the information we need.
Just typing a few background rolls. No, 3 was all it took.
Huh.
Oh.
As you guys feel the peace of the party shatter. As someone overcomes Foggy's magic, and you hear an ear-piercing scream outside.
Ah! Oh, wait.
Not that changes the party at all.
Oh, goodness.
What's up?
That's right, I forgot. The pain sent into the future. Oh my goodness. Oh.
Bless you.
Bless.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait. Oh, the pain sent to the future. That wasn't the deferred wounds from someone else. That was... Although you do hear screaming outside, but this is Malfeas, and it's not inside the party, so most people, after a brief moment of staring like that one image of all the girls at the party staring at you with red solo cups, they just return to their socialization. That voice did sound oddly like that green demon who was outside.
Oh. Huh.
Let me know if you guys go to investigate. Otherwise, we have a bunch of other social scenes that could happen.
Oh, goodness. Do we want to see what happened to the weird green gentleman?
You could get up. I think you could get up. I guess we could try splitting up again. I need to figure out where the hell Petitep is gone off to. Although I might not run into him right away, and I might have to deal with another social scene of a different character, depending on the GM's predilection.
Perhaps. I do have one other relevant social encounter that might be happening. We see Rulensai again, and this time her hands are facing the right way.
Okay, so she is actually here. Okay.
Yes, the Hammer of the Yosi. And what made you think it was a good idea to come to this gala?
Deja vu. Anyways, I came here because I thought I would have a grand old time visiting back in Malfeas. And this is the part where you say, and that's all well, fine, and good, but what are you doing specifically here? To which that's when I say, well, you see,
I mean, why were you here? You were specifically not invited.
Oh. That's strange, because I got an invitation.
How peculiar.
Tell me, did someone wearing my face come by?
Oh, yes.
And did they smell of salt? I take it.
Something like that.
Smelling of salt is 100 venom stingers tell, I'm pretty sure. So, I don't think...
Then there is someone who is seeking to sabotage me at my own gala.
Indeed. I can tell you if you would so desire. But with a price.
Price being?
You don't kill me or my circle once we step out of this gala.
That is a deal I am willing to make in the position that our house sees itself as at the moment. We can afford ourselves time, and I know that time is something we can afford at least a little bit of.
Indeed.
Fine. I agree to those terms.
Aura, make it so.
Alright, let me go up in there and let me get in there.
So you have an eclipse.
So Aura finishes her drink in a hurry and just like makes some squiggles in the air and just goes, I now pronounce you husband and wife. There you go.
No, I'm already married.
Wrong one. Deals made.
She actually paused us for a moment.
Deal's good. You did it.
My water broke. Her dress is
not
bone
good.
dry.
Huh.
Oh, wow. That's scary. I didn't know you could do that.
Yes, the child will be being born shortly. Her stomach's completely flat.
That's good.
Huh.
That's good.
We have a brief cutback to the realm of... As we see an artificial womb start to contract. Either of the parents will be there for that child's birth, just like Dr. Doofenshmirtz.
Oh. Goodness sakes.
If the realm has the resources to sorcerously produce some children.
That is wild.
Mnemon herself was in fact born via an artificial womb. Because reasons of the Empress's wife at the time didn't have a penis, so they had to be creative.
Yeah, that can complicate things. Anyways, alright, well, with the deal signed, it's her. And Gavel points to Roxy.
Oh, she's not there anymore.
Oh, darn it. Oh, hells to it.
You pointed at the space and, where... There's a Roxy-shaped dust cloud.
If you need to tell, she's got her hands are facing the wrong way.
Oh, of course it would be the fucking Queen of Fangs, wouldn't it? May I also ask what she was trying to do impersonating me at my party? No, wait, I could guess she's planning some mass murdering plan of some sort against all my kinfolk.
That would be an understatement, yes, but...
Close.
That is neither here nor there.
So, yeah.
Actually, I would be willing to make further concessions if it would mean giving actual details.
Oh, also, before you move on to that, quick question. Do you know of a Tepet-a-Tep, perchance?
No. That would be the first time hearing this name.
Huh. Alright.
I will say you Outlanders have a bad habit of assuming everyone in the realm knows each other.
Yeah, that's my bad. Anyway, I'll probably be on the lookout for him. He might cause for trouble. Clutch your jewels tight, and keep an eye on the corners of the room. He might be
the artificial eye she has,
one.
And it's actually first noticing that lunar shapeshifting can't replicate magic materials. So yeah, it was real fucking weird that the Rulensai you saw at first had both her hands and both her eyes. That was odd. This one doesn't. So how the fuck did you miss that? Anyway, her star metal eye flashes. A murder just took place outside. Blinks. A murder that will stick. One moment. And she actually politely but still pushes past you out the front door. There is a pile of dust where that green demon once was. And you could detect the presence of a spirit-slaying stance attack to having permanently killed that green figure earlier.
Nice.
And Perfect Cell is dead, this time for good.
Yeah.
I'm killing the bit.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad. Anyway.
That wasn't a guest, so I'm not too opposed, but anything that could permanently slay a demon like that in Malfeas, in the seat of their own power, is not normal.
Definitely not normal. Alright, I'm gonna go look for Tepet-a-Tep now. He's got some explaining to do.
Alright, go ahead and roll. Actually, I'm gonna make two rolls. One for Tepet-a-Tep's stealth check, and the other for an action that takes place on the side. This is the stealth check. Wow, he rolled crap again. He used up his one good roll earlier, I see.
That's my awareness, empowered by my devotion to my boy.
Okay, you definitely see a conspicuously big footsteps that drill into the earth. His boots seem to be some variety of magic as well, but they leave a very conspicuous footprint through the air. He was running through the sky like a cartoon character. You notice a Tep-shaped hole in several walls as he was running. Again, much like a cartoon, he achieved Gear 5.
Alright. It's time to give chase. Polite.
Before that, persuasion attempt.
By me or by
a
who?
third party.
By who?
Oh boy.
Ooh. pretty strong against persuasion. Let me see.
That man was going to eat everyone in the party. He's better off dead. A voice from the shadows says,
Oh, that fucker. Oh, the fucker. Oh, it's fucking Ouroboros.
that is a 10 successes on an attempt to ignore the murder that just happened.
Well, I was going to do that anyway, so...
Alright.
Anyway, off to chase Tepetitep.
Alright.
Well then.
The cloaked figure in the shadows tilts their head slightly, but shrugs all of his many shoulders. As the solar cast mark still flares a bit. As you run by Adrian. Now, I should note, on his
okay. He did it. He did it, okay.
Yeah. He did a big murder. On his retreat approach, Atep used skin-flaying wind dance. You're going to have to roll against exposure to an environmental hazard.
Okay, let me see.
Because he has left a shitload of fire in his wake, if you're going to try and pursue him.
Let's see. Am I going to have to roll against that? Or am I covered by lightning speed? Spend one mode, double eights in a movement action involving running or swimming, or to any venture roll involving foot racing, chases, or swift escapes. And Living Wind Approach on Athletics 5. The Exalt disappears in a flash, stepping from one location to another without disturbing the space between. The Exalt instantly travels the distance that they could move with a reflexive or simple movement action, ignoring any obstacles or hazards between them and their destination. So I could definitely teleport over the hazard, but it would cost me an additional move.
Yeah. That would get you a pretty large portion of the way. And it would get you a pretty few important squares across the map towards where you're headed.
Alright, let me try to roll to get him to run to where he needs to go. Oh, that's double eights, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Wow.
10 successes.
Alright.
And I'm going to go ahead and take the thing that says I can roll it. I can do this again in the same scene at no cost, so I don't have to flare up my cast any longer.
You've seen that scene in John Wick 2, where the Continental is home base, effectively. So they think they're fighting all the way to the door of the Continental, and that stops a fight scene with his Virgil. When you catch up to Tepetitep, he's already made it to Iolda's house.
Oh.
He's standing on the front porch, staring at you as Tepetitep is hiding behind him. You did swear an oath to come here. Duel me.
I did swear enough to what?
Duel me and prove that your ilk has a right to live, which you don't, but allegedly was the terms of the promise you made.
That is true. I did promise that. That being said, currently, I am engaged in a very obnoxious venture, chasing an individual that is currently standing behind you. And I'm very worried that when you look behind you, he's not going to be there.
He's still there.
Him.
Points to Petep, Etep.
And why would I murder my servant? Or why would I allow you to touch my servant, rather?
I haven't laid a hand on him. Well, I guess you could say he's attempted to lay a hand on me, but I personally haven't laid a hand on him all day. I just wanted to ask him where the hell he kept the rest of this guy. He's keeping the rest of this guy.
What is that? Iolda curls his face in disgust at the severed head you're holding in slumber.
This is a soul steel alchemical. His name is Ed. And Tepet here knows where the rest of his body is. Don't you, Tepet?
That silence is in character. It's about at this point, it's pretty dark in this time of day. One of the plate layers has passed over the green sun to cast a little bit more shadow than is normally apparent here.
Mm-hmm.
And you hear something whisper in the darkness.
Uh-oh.
6 successes.
That's actually a failed persuasion attempt against Iolda.
Return the slab.
I can actually defend against this.
The darkness whispers aloud too. And you all hear, and rather Aura hears this as well. You're not going to be able to defeat them, you know. The Stolers quelled you once before, and this time they will kill you permanently. Kill them while you still can. And who are you to tell me what to do, whoever you are?
Ooh, me?
Faster than lightning, Iolda's hand reaches into the shadows and grabs something.
Dime.
Nope. It is a mouth and a face made out of shadows and darkness, the appendage of a greater entity. In terms of physical appearance, it looks... How best to describe this? It look.
I just picture it kind of like how, cartoons typically depict, like, shadow.
Yeah, kind of like that, but also...
Like two-dimensional,
Let me pull up a picture of what
flat.
I'm imagining the the Ouroboros' shadow looks like.
Okage, the Shadow King.
A distinct visual idea for what it looks like. Here, posting it here.
Let's see.
It's a fucking
Bionicle.
Hey, yo,
I was given it
you're
the
gonna
benefit
buy
of
on
the
my
doubt.
article until I,
No subtext.
Dewey?
No subtext.
Anyway, he grabs the shadow and spends 5 months for Imperial command to the shadow. Die. This automatically fails because the shadow would consider this unacceptable influence.
Oh.
Normally, Iolda's
The
command
shadow
would
punch.
bypass that, but backed by exalted magic.
Nah, son.
Mm-hmm. Will to live too strong. And the shadow says back to him,
Black too strong.
go fuck yourself. There's an awkward silence as they are both at a standstill now.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we've been having to deal with that jackass all day. Also.
I gave you a command. I told you to die. And I gave you a command too. I told you to go fuck yourself. I guess neither of us are good at following directions today.
Ooh.
Right in the distance. Oh!
Oh!
And that's when the shadow turns to look at Aura. We both want him dead. Why don't you finish the job? I'll give you the knife to do the deed.
I haven't said a goddamn thing.
You swore an oath to duel him. Take his life.
I swore an oath to duel him. I never said anything about killing him.
Well, this is a persuasion attempt that the Ouroboros is going to try and make on you to kill Iolda in the duel.
Eight.
I'll tap my major influence of compassion here.
Well, that boosts it to 7, right?
It's almost there. I'm also going to try. Let's see. I have something for this. I know for a fact I have something for this.
Actually, I think you could use
something
excellencies
here.
to boost static values too. Let me make absolutely sure under Universal Charms.
Oh, here it is. Destiny Manifesting Method. At Integrity 5, when the solar is targeted by Persuade influence, I can commit the motes to gain the bonus until the end of the scene. That being the 3 resolve to the add 3 to resolve against.
That will make this fail.
Actions.
Nice.
All right. That will, however, put me at 5 anima, which will make my cast flare up.
Ding!
It would also turn on the truce field, though, so Iolda can't attack you right now. No matter how much you would prefer to do so.
And I'll also gain a major intimacy to against the opposed to the persuader's intent.
Oh! What's that going to be in this instance?
A major intimacy of compassion that says, if I kill Iolda, the duel is meaningless. My words would be meaningless.
Interesting. Iolda brushes off their hands. I'll be watching the tournament. The football, as it were.
Oh.
We shall settle matters after.
Of course. Hope you have a good time. Can I chat this one?
Tepetitep makes a raspberry.
Please.
Make a persuade attempt on Iolda.
Okay, hold on. Let's see now. Oh, here's a better idea. I'll attempt to make I'm going to attempt to roll a weaken action on Iolda.
All right.
With hypnotic tongue technique.
Well, do you have Iolda's best interest at heart?
I do. This is a subordinate. Here's a subordinate acting away from his master's best interests by himself, doing weird esoteric bullshit without consulting him. Here's a guy essentially I'm trying to tell him, probably a good idea to let consequences fall on your subordinates when they when they deserve it, lest that reflect badly upon your skills of leadership.
Aura is the third party HR.
Go ahead and
Indeed.
add a stunt. That makes a lot of sense.
All right, and I'm going to have 4. I'm going to have 4 bonus successes on that.
I should note, by the way, right across the street, there is a miles-long wall of snakes crossing the street.
Ooh, nicely done. That would be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 successes on the week in action.
All right, that's going to eliminate his favor over the Infernal Exalts after realizing they can actually disobey his orders. This may give side effects for Talks with Gavel. That overcomes his boosted resolve of 9. Just barely. I think after pointing this out, you betrayed me. And before the words even exit his mouth, the shadows swallow him and teleport him away before he can hear the command.
And he's gone.
He turns to the shadow in his hand. Told you to die,
shit going on
and I
out
told
here.
you to fuck yourself. We're at an impasse, it seems, again. That pawn is too useful to be in what we need for you to kill him at this moment. I'm afraid you can't kill me in a way that matters. That's already been proven. And it seems, regardless of how good a point we make, the Solar's too stubborn to do her fucking job.
Toodaloo, bitch. Nobody tells me what to do.
Then perhaps, says a new voice from behind you, someone can convince... Perhaps a different approach is needed. A hand places itself on your shoulder, followed by a few more hands, as you are turned face to face with the author of the pamphlet. Please, we need to kill this man or else the world won't change.
If I killed him, my words would be meaningless.
You're not the one who has to deal the final blow.
And yet, the duel is mine to take. The sword is in my hand. Regardless of if I hold the sword, the blood would spill into my hand, would flow toward my hands. Every single thing, no matter what kind of action I decide to take, there would be a consequence. I can only trust in myself. I can only trust that my investment, that my trust is wisely placed for now.
You misunderstand. You don't have to be the one who kills him, so long as someone separates this monster's head from his shoulders. Standing right...
And yet...
I am standing right here. Die. Rolling that Imperial command against Adrian.
That's a lot.
He uses the perfect social defense to deflect that.
He's got that too.
What's that integrity charm that allows you to perfectly negate? You used it earlier this session. Adrian uses that.
It's
Righteous Lion Spirit. Oh no.
No, it's Spirit Maintaining Maneuver.
He uses that. The command goes over to him. However,
he parries it.
Not just that. With another pair of hands, he pulls a flute up to his lips and begins playing. The most gorgeous, heart-melting music you've ever heard. And Iolda's saying some shit. No one can hear him.
So they're playing Dearly Beloved, okay.
Yeah, that music is magically imposing Iolda's voice out of the conversation, but everyone else is perfectly audible.
Oh, goodness.
You guys have a real big knack for one-sided conversations. First the shadow First the shadow stuff, and now this.
Because if you're so stubbornly put on preserving this maniac's life, this demon's life, you know what he embodies. He embodies the spirit of tyranny.
Truth.
If we kill him, it will objectively make the world better. You never actually talked to Soul, did you? He charged us to make the world a better place, however we saw fit. And when I see the incarnation of evil itself standing in front of me, well, don't you think that deserves to be taken off the board?
I'm not saying the man isn't at least deserving of some castigation. He does in fact represent the things that I actively fight to oppose. That being said, if the man something doesn't, what I am opposed to as well is the making of rushed decisions that could have impacts far deeper than we might realize in the future. The man might be a tyrant, yes, but he's also important to the ecosystem of Malfeas. If he is killed, it is possible that it could cause a power imbalance in the existing districts.
Lady, I've lived in Malfeas my entire life. I don't think that's the case for him. By the way, he's talking out of the side of his mouth, playing the flute the entire time. Iolda is now screaming death threats at everyone present, but no one's hearing him.
Down by the river.
During this, he has wedged the Ouroboros' shadow free. Dusts himself off, returns a brief nod, returns to the shadows.
Let's put a pin on that subject for now. I've been meaning to talk to you. For a bit.
Solar to solar.
You could say that. Yes. You're the author of those pamphlets, I take it.
You'd be correct, and before you say anything, I'm trying to make it so that a world where people can eat each other in the streets just because they're a lower caste doesn't happen.
Indeed, that is a virtuous disposition. Though, I've been wondering what the deal is with your, say, partner, if you will, the one called Ouroboros. And I've been wise to your methods as well. Some sort of, how did you describe it, Rex? Radicalizing pamphlets meant to destabilize.
Yes, they're effectively a call to arms, like a revolutionary pamphlet, like what was passed out in like various revolutions across real world history that cannot be magically distorted, or as you saw earlier in the mundane hell parts, are very difficult to remove too.
Right. Yes. A pamphlet whose message cannot be misinterpreted or corrupted by any means. It perfectly delivers its message with exact clarity and cannot be overturned by force or magical means. If I didn't know better, I would say you're gearing up to some kind of revolution in here.
This is not the place to be carrying out these conversations. It is taking a significant amount of effort to keep him at bay. We should continue this conversation elsewhere, and I could try and convince you that even if you're not willing to have blood spilled yourself, to come to some kind of an understanding, so that
I would definitely like to continue this conversation elsewhere.
he hands out a small business card.
Forgive me.
It lists Adrian as the owner of a candy store nearby.
Forgive me that I was not able to give you a straight. Forgive me that I was not able to give you a final answer. I felt as though I was being prompted to make a rather rash decision at the time, and I like to take my time conversing.
As long as I find
all the possibilities
the battle irritating, I am signed up in the nearby tournament. We could take out our frustrations and decide things there.
Football?
The first actual smile you've seen from this man, who is very now and looked dourly and serious. Yes, football.
Haven't played it in a while. Could be
A
fun.
small monkey comes up out of nowhere and crawls onto this man's back.
Oh, you have one too.
It begins to manipulate essence to create wings to fly him away. Chilikin, you recognize.
What?
Another long storied companion of the Celestial Exalted, used as babysitters for the Sun King's children. This particular specimen was pretty heavily scarred and beat up, I should note. It was a one-eyed monkey. Effectively punished.
Well, that's a date setup.
And he
Sorry
flies
about that.
away. Iolda just leave.
Okay.
Is she
Sorry
talking
about that.
to us?
Sorry about that, big guy. Have a pleasant evening.
Flips you off.
All right. I deserve
And he
that.
is talking to us. Monkey.
Alright, Aura finally comes back to wherever she darted off into the distance, as there is now red tape being set up around the Metagaus Demon's murder scene.
Mm-hmm.
I also need to try and emergency, make my anima less flared up for somehow.
Also, wait a second. Did a murder just
Yep.
occur? Oh, what are we gonna do about this?
Nothing.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Why not? There's a murder. It could be fun.
You wouldn't. I'm a little tired to deal with the murder mystery. Maybe next time.
Coward.
And speaking of tired, guess who just got herself a date?
Congratulations.
Oh, Janice made it here?
You know
Lewis
what
has
you
perked
should-
ears up. Nice. If you need a wing woman, let me
Not
know.
quite. Now, this date's not so pleasant, I'm afraid. No, I've got a scheduled conversation with one Adrian Wheelturner.
You managed to do what?
Yep. We spoke. They attempted to convince me to annihilate Iolda, and we set up to discuss the matter further at another time.
Lovely.
As I felt I could not give them a straight answer at the time.
Right.
They are apparently the owner of a local candy shop. Go figure.
Oh.
They're all shaped like holy relics. Who would have
Oh,
thunk?
no.
That's right, I turned your jape against you, Korak.
How dare you? I thought we were friends. I honestly thought we were friends. Then you do this to me.
Right.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
You
That's
literally
it. I'm
take the one thing in my life that was a good jape or a good bit, and you just have to.
No, it's still there.
You
It's
like
also
ruining
it's
stuff,
it's
Rex.
also
Huh? You just like ruining things.
no, it's also Adrian's day job. That joke is still
Who said people need day jobs, though? I mean, we just sit here doing podcasts
Man, I
all
wish.
day, but we don't do anything else.
By all day, we mean twice a week. And honestly, that's probably a good spot to leave off in a moment. Although with a brief post-credit scene of a patron being present when Adrian returns to the store.
Oh ho!
A dark-skinned woman with 6 fingers is drumming on the doorstep. I was wondering when you would come by.
Yo, we have
How did it
patrons?
go? Not yet. I was wondering when you would come by. How did it go? Not well, but there is the possibility of wiggle room for who gets to deal the final blow. Fair enough, fair enough. By the by, did you get any leads on that heist? Yet. But I will be sure to ask about that. You want your keys? No, I'm not interested in that. It's different secrets I'm interested in. They're the ones who put the world together after all. Who else would know how to make their own? I will raise the topic when we speak with them. Thank you, friend. He heads back into his store to open, and Sky, Thunder, and Shadow pauses. Actually, one moment. I wanted to buy one of those candied apples. All right, come this way. And she goes in to buy some candy.
Hey, yo.
Curse you, S3.
The plot thickens. We are now going to need some kind of character web.
Mm-hmm.
As you can tell, you've been running a campaign for over 2 fucking years.
Indeed.
Patrons, thank now.
Yes, hello.
Long recording
Hello,
session.
thank you, everybody. Thank
Dear
you, GB.
patrons.
Thank you, GB.
Storm
You're the best.
and
Thank you,
GB.
Storm and GB.
And,
Thank you very much for you.
You know what? Do you know what you need to do? You need to storm on over to our
$5.
Patreon and give us money so that
Yes.
Rex can get paid and act or pay our editor who might
Rex,
be
what's our ad?
patchwork who does need the money.
I am heavily
So please,
considering
you
passing
are
off
feeding
editing
us.
duties
You
to
are
a friend,
feeding
yes.
Indeed.
You are feeding a friend and not us. We make nothing off of this, except I do. I actually make money off.
Although
of
to be
on this
to be
channel.
fair,
so, I mean,
the more you don't need to support us, of course, but we will be putting out a few polls for future content ideas and streams, as well as some other shit that we have brewing in the background. That hopefully by the time this episode comes out, we'll start using that Patreon to get some more cool stuff going.
Yeah.
More campaigns in the future, and of course, if you want me to say funny shit into the camera, Gigaboot style, I don't know. I could thank a raccoon who backs us for money every so often.
hey, yo, Tom Nook, you gonna give me your Nookussy?
We'll see you next
Okay.
time for more social intrigue followed by football.
Yay.
Yo,
Football!
football!
Now, the real question is,
Oh wait,
the enemy
what?
goalie is a miles-long wall of serpents. Good luck getting past her.
Great.
Thank you for listening to FateBreakers. We here at the Action Economy crew are proud to bring you this and other AP content, like Tomb of the Red Giant, the first half of our complete JoJo's Bizarre Adventure AP, as well as Rune Runners, our Icon AP. We'll also have a Patreon by the time you hear this. If you like what you've heard so far, feel free to drop us a little bit of money if you can afford to do so, and we could bring you even more content in the future. APs live and die by word of mouth, so if you liked us, please drop us a follow, like, share, retweet, whatever you could think of to help us out. We are excited to bring you more bi-weekly content in 2 weeks from now for the next FateBreakers, and other episodes time permitting. See you then.